No, it's ass.
No, it is hot.
Yo,
It's hot as fuck.
yeah,
I went to go get some breakfast, and it was like, oh,
yeah. I
yeah.
took 2 walks, right? I took one earlier today. I've been up since 3. I took one earlier today when it was still a little, job cool outside. And then I took a second one about maybe 9:30, some shit like that, just around the block. The temperature had definitely gone up. And I seen this. I don't know what this nigga was on, yo.
But
He was he was walking down Baltimore Avenue. He obviously had headphones on. Look, I get when the music is good to you, it's good to you, but the moments he broke out in the dance seemed highly out of place and inappropriate. And he looked clean. He didn't like he was a vagabond who could have. What's up, Biddy?
oh, Betty.
That could have had mental health issues or something like that was out on the streets. No, he looked like a. But I mean, some of these little dance moves he was doing. Hey, yo, Mike is ass.
Right.
Some of the little, I mean, the little dip, and it was always the same like move. Like he'd walk a little bit, and I guess that part of the song I hit him again, and he'd do this dip where he went down like that, like almost like that. And I'm like, all right, so it's one thing to be into your shit, like, oh, this what I'm talking about. It's another thing to be doing dips and stopping and going back a little bit up there. And I'm sitting there going, as I'm walking behind him, my fist clench because this looks odd. I don't know what's going on, but I know this. My speed, my travel speed is more than yours, even though you're in front of me, which means I'm going to catch up. And if there's some weirdo shit going on with you, and something untowards happens that makes me think that there's an attack, my guy, we're gonna be Ren Stimpy in out this motherfucker.
Well,
we're gonna be Tom and Jerry in out this.
Okay.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try to make it not last long. Hit you in the throat, and then, then I'm gonna send your head sailing, right? Like sailing. But I'm not. I see what's in front of me, right? And I see how weird this looks, and I don't ever walk. If it is entirely possible to catch me off guard, and then you could get away with it. But you ain't gonna get away with it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get away with it. So I'm like, nah, bro. And so what wound up happening is by the time my velocity caught up with his, he had kind of stopped. And I didn't know what he stopped for because he was doing weird shit, but I'm walking my same pace. And it just so happened that when I got close to him, he walked across the street. That busy ass Walmart, she just walked across the street. Like, okay. All right. I didn't know. Listen. I don't be taking no shit, man. People ain't right out here. This society has created people with issues, bro. And some of those issues are harmless, right?
Right.
It looks weird. It might sound weird, but they're relatively harmless. But some of these bro was at least my height, so I wasn't taking. I don't be sleeping.
Sure.
You're not gonna catch me lacking if I see. Shut up.
No.
Like, nah, you're not gonna catch me lacking. If I see it coming, I'll tell you something my mom told me. Hit them first. My mom told me hit them first. She said, because if they get the head off first, you might not be in a condition.
That's a fact.
To retaliate. So if it look iffy, hit them with a stiffy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's looking iffy. And had the police sorted out after. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to explain. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to explain. Police come around there, I ain't call the police, he's gonna say, excuse me, they say you threw the first part. Yeah, I did, officer. But see, check this out. He was over there at James Browning.
Okay, all right.
I'm just doing a little walk around the block. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this guy day in my life. I don't know if he even lives around here. Not. I'm just saying. I'm walking down the street, and listen, to show you the contrast, put these headphones on. and then he'd be listening to some of our music on there, right? And go see. I was listening to that, right? Now, I don't know what he was listening to, but what I was listening to wasn't having me doing the James Brown. I was just
okay. All right.
all right.
All right.
So, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's that. So that was weird. Plus, I would point him to all the other people that's out there, and it wasn't a lot, but it was at least about 4 or 5 people spread out. Yeah, look at all. What? None of them James Browning. None of them. No, nobody. Nobody was James Browning. Nobody was Princeton. Nobody was Morris Dayan. Nobody's doing none of that shit.
That's dancist.
I'm just saying.
That's dancist.
I'm saying, well, none of them out there flash dancing.
I'm just saying you're being real dancist right now.
Listen. I didn't hear no Irene Cara music playing with nobody doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? But him. So he sticks out. And if the cops is of a certain age, I'm going to remind him of Sesame Street, where they had the things, and one of these things that doesn't belong here. He was one of these things that didn't belong here. Just saying.
I don't. Okay, fine. I'm not even gonna. It's no point. There's really no point.
Look, man.
It's cool.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Man, kinda. It's cool though.
Look, Mike doing his OT thing right now too.
Word.
Just like Eddie. But now, be like,
no, I hear you.
I didn't mean that man no harm. But if you think I'm not gonna get home,
I don't think that was really ever a concern.
It was. I don't know.
No, I'm just not sure.
Yo, he could have zabbed Judah the shit out of me when I walked through there. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Look, I might get home, but I'm not making no detours even to the ICU and none of that shit. I'll eventually get home, but I'm not. I'm not doing that.
All right.
Now, unfortunately, the other downside of that is the detour could have been to the to the College Park lockout, right? That could have been the detour. You know what I'm saying? But nah, big.
Like, I'm just not sure that. Whatever.
Listen, it's a couple of things. One, like two things could have happened, right? That could have got him hit, right? I could have walked down there, and he did that little dip shit, and he turned around and like, hey, come behind me.
You call him a dip shit?
Yo, dip, yo. Well, he did look like a
dipshit. Like, I don't understand.
He did look like a dipshit. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't understand.
I ain't gonna hold you, yo. The shit he was doing, yo. Shit he was doing was crazy. So
I hear you. I just don't.
If he'd have done that, then I could have gotten hit because it would have startled. Oh, you acting out. All right. Well, there's a curve for that too. Then the other thing, that could have gotten hit is if he outright attacked me when I walked by. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing way too much.
I'm just saying, if he'd outright attacked me when I was going by. You know what I'm saying? If I survived the initial attack, he won't survive the follow up. It's too hot to be laying on that damn ground, sleep and shit. And you don't want. What's up, sis? You don't want my 240-pound ass stepping on your head.
I just can't do it. I'm not.
I'm just saying, you gotta be careful, man. Because College Park ain't Baltimore, but it ain't Laurel either. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That shit ain't Laurel either.
I'm not going to dispute that.
You know what I mean? Like, it be some iffy stuff taking place.
You be some iffy stuff taking place.
Okay, that's a given. But I don't have to worry about my iffy stuff.
That's not necessarily true.
Like,
there can be consequences. There can still be consequences.
Look, man. I'm just saying. I don't believe I was. I think
it was completely unnecessary.
I think out of all of us that was out there, I wasn't.
That's not the point. Yo, two things can be true, though. So like, I don't.
I mean, look.
All right. I'm just out. Okay, fine.
I should have known something was up when he had them big ass headphones listening in his phone. I should have known, like, yo.
I don't think that's an indicator of anything.
Hey, man, listen.
I really don't.
No, you can't. No, we not. That's not. He had them big ass studio headphones.
What up, McKenna?
McKenna.
Nigga, I could walk down the street with these on. I have the ability to put these in my phone. Yours is not the point. They're still studio headphones.
Yeah, stop it. But it wasn't like this though. They wasn't like big ass Mickey Mouse is. They wasn't like pop plates. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. It was weird. And the dip shit, the spin and the dip shit, like I just like
you're being dances.
It's too much. Like I've known dancers, nigga.
That's not what I said.
I ain't seen them do no shit like that.
That's not what I said.
Crazy.
You're being dancist.
Look, I don't even know if he's an actual dancer,
but he was dancing.
We don't. Yeah, well, I guess. That's what I interpreted it as. It could have been something else he was doing. He could have been practicing his kung fu moves. He could have been doing. I don't know what he was doing.
In that case, you would have stood a chance. Fucked you up.
Yes, I still would have stood a chance because look, these moves were horrible. Like he didn't look practiced. He was less than a white belt.
Okay,
I think I'd have been all right. I think I'd have been all right.
That was the new drunken monkey he was doing. You just ain't know. Man, you ain't up on it.
A pox on him.
Hey,
a monkey pox.
I'm just saying, my guy.
Man, motherfucker out there playing games with both of our lives and shit.
All right, see again. I'm fairly certain that's not what happened.
Fabo.
At least you ain't fuck around, so that's cool.
Yeah, and he didn't either. So
nah, he fucked around.
Right. Nah,
he just never found out. What up, Fab?
He fucking around with me.
I
can't out it.
The way that you making it seem, you would think that he was.
Yeah. No, I'm being prepared.
He didn't do a damn thing to you.
But he was doing stuff.
Yeah, around you, before you.
He was doing weird stuff. Stuff that other people don't do. Stuff that.
Oh no, other people do. Clearly,
nah.
The other amongst this lot, others surely have done the same.
They wasn't doing it. It
wasn't just haven't witnessed it.
It wasn't just the dancing. It was.
I promise you that I find it extremely hard that amongst this lot, humans, there's no way. No, I don't believe you.
Look, it could have been anybody, B. It could have been. Nah, I take that back. It couldn't have been anybody. Because if I saw a kid doing that, it must have been a goofy ass kid. Nah, B. This guy was not a goofy ass kid. Yo.
He might have been.
If he was a kid, his life has been rough. Like, I feel for him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
rough lives every day, B.
Yo, nigga was about my height. Might have been an inch taller. And he did not look like. He did not look like he was looking forward to summer vacation at all.
Niggas have rough lives every day, B.
That's true. That is true. But God, that shit, it's crazy. It was weird though. Some weirdo shit going on over there. I'm trying to tell you.
You was about to accost young Day Day.
No, I wasn't. But if Day Day would have came over there with that, I'm just saying, like.
You was about to cost young Day Day for no reason.
Respect my space. Like
you were approaching him. He wasn't approaching you.
No, that's the thing. He's in front walking.
Right.
I'm walking. My pace is faster than his.
Thus approaching.
I'm catch up with him.
Right.
And he's doing all the thing. I'm like, man, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird as fuck. And I'm coming in this direction. So you obviously have what's up, free thinker? You don't have no shame.
What up? What up?
Shame. So
I just don't understand. Like you could have
his inhibition seemed off, B. And like somebody turned that shit off. Like, dude, like they turned that off and turned on his do whatever switch. Do whatever.
Yo, I don't like
I'm trying to. You gotta survive out here, B.
Sure, but I don't think your survival hinged on Day Day dancing. Like I don't.
No, Shay. What he did was, he was
right. He was not walking toward you. You were approaching him,
and I was walking behind him, but moving up on him, and he was out there doing some the weirdest shit ever. So I give you a classic example. Is that Fayette Street? Where the bus come up in Baltimore? Now, if you stand the one downtown by Howard, right? It's up Howard. If stand down there at night waiting for the bus.
That's at night. That's not the same thing.
No. See, you focus on the night part. I'm talking about behavior.
Nigga, yes, you literally just said.
No. You gotta let me finish. Stand down there at night.
Right.
Some of the people that come down there at night, they may not be directly, but they doing some weird shit. And they doing shit that if you were standing there and they were still doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like you might feel a little threatened. You know what I'm saying? You might feel a little threatened. You know what I'm saying? So
that does not apply to your situation.
I thought I was on Fayette Street in the middle of the night.
That's not what. No, you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. There's no way. Stop it.
Fuck. These did a little came down.
There's no way that's what he was doing.
Yo, I wish I had recorded this nigga, but I was listening to music. I wasn't doing all that. But yo, it was weird. And also out my peripheral, I'm looking at. All right, so this sidewalk, there's a bus stop right there, and then there's like a bench, and then there's another bench on the other side of this bush, like kind of separating the two. There was two ladies sitting right there, and there was one guy sitting on the bench over there. I'm looking at it, and they having the same reaction, like, what the fuck is wrong with him? They're having the same reaction. So I'm like, well, I'm the only one about to actually come close to him. Like, all right. all right. We gonna see what's gonna be. And he just crossed.
Nothing.
Right. Good. I'm glad it was nothing. We don't know that. We don't know what he was up to.
He didn't. No, we do know because it didn't happen.
I didn't know when I was 10.
Sure. That's possible. Yes, I'll give you that.
So my mind is always going to be on keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel.
There was no swivel because he was in front of you.
No, because when I walked up close to him, he was right here, and that's when he crossed the street. So he was on my side. So swivel. Like, nigga, what you doing? What you doing? Cross street. Bam. I'm certain he was enjoying his life. I'm saying that the time in between me about to walk up, catch up with him, my mind on some other shit because he's doing weird shit. He's doing weird shit. That's got everybody out there going, what the fuck is wrong with him? Right. So yeah, after the fact, everybody knows. Oh yeah, everybody's got supreme knowledge after the fact. But before the fact,
I know before and after.
No. Shut up, you Y2. Shut up. Shut up.
I just can't do anything.
Shut up. Shut up. So you was watching the whole time.
I assure you, he was no threat to you.
No, you could have got that man. You could have said something. See that non-interference.
Nothing I could have said.
That non-interference shit. That non-interference shit.
I assure you, he was no threat to you.
It's fucking the game. Yeah, you were showing me after the fact. You should have been.
I didn't talk to you.
You was watching.
I couldn't say anything.
See, that's that non-interference shit. You could have been like, excuse me, mortal. I know what you're thinking. It's not that type of party, B. He a little off, but he's not violent. Like he's just trying to. So chill out. Like unclench that hand. Yo, what's that shit? Yo, what's that shit? Yo, I had a homeboy that was so motherfucking mean, and so much, but he was very mature. With all that mean, she was very mature, and he was having an argument with somebody, and the nigga didn't want to look like he was scared, right? He didn't want to look like he was scared. So as they getting loud, instead of dude start putting his hands up, my man's grabbed him by his hands and took his fist apart. Like, nah, son, that's not what you want. He literally, no, and nah, yo.
That's disrespectful as
fuck. And on so many levels.
Yo, listen. I'm just gonna have to get my ass beat. Cause you not about to unclench my fist.
Unclench his fist for him, yo.
For me? Like,
nah.
I'm just gonna have to. It just is what it is. Like, what you mean?
Look, if you was trying to save face by doing that, and then you let this man put the meat hooks.
Nah, yo, you gonna have to beat my ass.
You should have headbutted the shit out.
Yo, something like yo.
Nah,
yo. Nah.
You should have did something,
You
yo.
gonna have to beat my ass.
Yo, and that nigga will never let that down. We are.
Yo, after you did that, you had to show me.
Yo, exactly. Yo, we are in our 50s now, and he can't live that down. That man unclenched his fist.
No. That's just.
Yo, and you heard his palm smack. His nigga was like, pop, no.
Nah, see, yeah, yo, nah. Like, and here's the thing. I would have an idea of what I was in for because I felt his strength.
Yeah, exactly. But
you still gonna have to like. Plus, you gonna have to show me.
Plus, I'm standing there. You really think I'm gonna let you? Now, at the time, if it's me and you and there's some other dirtball ass nigga, I'm a swing on him. But after that,
no, because there's an after. Yeah, there is an after.
After that,
there's no way. No, yo, I can't.
Can't let
what the fuck? How am I supposed to tell that story?
You don't.
How am I supposed to tell that? Right.
So years from then,
I'd rather tell the story of having my ass whooped.
Listen, facts. But
and I'm leaving that part out. Even with the ass, I'm leaving that part out.
Yo, picture this, Picture this. 20 years goes by. You have grandchildren, and you sitting on the porch, and you see one of your grandkids almost get into an altercation with a bigger boy, right? And he runs to the porch, and you go, son, have a seat. In this life, you're going to have to learn that you can't allow people to do what the fuck they want. You're going to have to stop mid-sentence. Because that memory.
Yo, I'm just going to substitute it. Real shit. I'm just going to substitute it when he slapped me in my face.
Right.
He slapped me in my face. I had to swing back. It's what happened.
I ain't going to say who won.
No, I'll tell you. Listen. Being slapped in the face and losing the fight is better
than having somebody unclench your fist.
Nigga. Nah, B.
No.
Nope. Nah. Ain't no way.
Yo, this is supposed to have been a real serious moment too.
I'd have been like, yo.
I bust out.
I'd have been like, yo. Before I swung, I'd have been like, yo. I hate it had to be me.
Right. Right.
And swung away, swung for the fences. Cause
unclenched that man fish. You should have kicked him in the nuts or something. Like
something happens. Yo, something happens next, and it's not me standing there.
Yo, he had the dick look on his face, yo.
That's crazy. Yo, that's wild.
That's so crazy, yo.
That's wild.
I don't even know.
And then I'm fussing out whoever I was with. That's funny. And then I'm wilding out whoever I was with whenever I regain consciousness.
Facts, yo.
Whenever I regain consciousness. Like, yo, y'all really let that nigga grab my hands? Like, so when he grabbed my hands and you heard when you heard the
pop off, it was supposed
you
to pop
should have
off
done
right
something.
Yeah, it's supposed to pop off right
Call
now.
his name and distract him.
Yo,
at the least.
Throw some leaves in his face.
Something. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yo, the minute you hear his palms go smack.
Yeah, B. Nah. Come on, yo. No, so none of y'all really love me?
Yeah.
Nobody?
Obviously.
All right.
Obviously, because
I got you.
it was fucking hilarious. It was for like
that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
Clench your hands, nigga. You don't want none of this shit. You don't want none of this. Unclench them hands before I get mad.
Like, here's the thing. It's the same sentiment as somebody like grabbing you and bear hugging you until you calm down.
Facts.
I'd be fine with that.
But you know what? It depends. It depends who's doing it.
Well, sure.
It also depends who's doing it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no strangers.
Ain't no stranger.
Calm down, sir. Bam! Back in the bridge of the nose. Stomp on his foot. Come around the side. I'm a big. I don't like people touching me either. I won't even get massages because I don't even touch. It's your fucking banana peel.
Oh my God. Yo, that's funny. That is hilarious.
Get your banana peeling hands off me.
Yo,
What's wrong with
sorry. Ain't no way. Nah, fuck that.
Woo, some ass whippings are worth it.
Some ass whippings are worth it.
You ever had that?
Yeah, it's nah. You just gonna have to beat my ass.
Yeah,
like and make it quick too.
Speaking of,
that's how someone trying to help gets hurt. Facts. I don't know you, sir.
right.
Like, where did you come from? I've never seen you before.
For all I know, you with him.
Right.
And this a finesse. Calm down, sir. While the other guy teeing off.
Did you have to touch me though?
No. You could have said that.
You know what? Hold up. I'll give you a caveat.
Mm-hmm.
If they are sitting there trying to calm it down from both sides before they touch me, then maybe.
Yeah.
But if nigga, you run up and grab me, like calm down.
And
I don't know.
And also, if I'm out there killing them, you might want to grab me. I get it. I get it. If I don't look like I'm stopping, it's like, no, I get that.
That's different.
Because you can get lost in that shit.
Oh yeah.
Rage and anger. And not realizing, you're doing damage, but you're not realizing how much damage you're actually doing. Yeah. That's it. Get your ass a voluntary manslaughter in a minute. Your ass is going to jail.
All you know is the fight not over.
Right.
Not realizing that it should
be. Yo, and I was trained different. I was taught in boot camp. If they on one knee, they're not down. They're not down. You have to be down. So when they was training us with the pugil sticks and all that other shit, just because somebody went down one knee, you better not stop.
Right.
You better not. You better keep. Pop. So you can get caught up.
Sure.
You can get caught up, and that nigga hit his head the wrong way on the curb. That's the you in jail. Like, look, man.
But they told me it wasn't over.
Right.
Now it's over.
Oh, it's over now. It's over. You're gonna sit your ass down for a couple of years. It's crazy. Anyway, let's get this intro in. me.
Okay. All right.
I love it. I just gotta.
We understand.
Drink a little water
at this point. Matter of fact,
go
ahead, do that. So let me get a water.
You should get some water. Cause there we go. Now I don't know how long it's gonna take him to go get some water. What's up, Special Space? His apartment's not super big, so shouldn't take him long. Get from out the studio, go get some water, come back. I can kind of hear him a little bit too, like he fussing about something. Sound like he was out there fussing or something. But
who fussing?
You sound like I heard some. It sounded like something, some noise or something.
Nah, I ain't nobody in here.
Like he was fussing or something. Like, get your dumb ass.
No. What up, Special Space?
Oh shit. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. So as conspicuous by his absence, our other host, Adequate.
Yeah.
He is doing his OT thing this week. So we will do our best to endeavor without him.
What up, Bowflex?
So before we do anything else, it'd probably be a good idea to talk about what our week was like. And you look confused as hell. You look like something happened that was not supposed to happen. That look on your face.
It's just a text message.
But it was a look. Your eyes was like, what the fuck?
Because I'm not expecting it. Like, I'm not currently in conversation with anyone. People don't talk to me. Yeah. Why are you communicating with me? Like 2 or 3, like 3 or 4 people that I communicate with via some type of text are here. So
that's true.
It wouldn't be them. And then there's like 4 other people, but
could have been though.
Given the time of day and absolutely.
I could have
given the time of day and everything. Well, because you
it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Douche.
It is possible. But yeah.
Super douche.
Our weeks. So I can go first, if need be.
I don't. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So couple of things. One, we did that interview with Seth this Monday, this past. And it went swimmingly. Very good interview, all of that. And he actually told us during this week that he would actually wait until we were ready to launch the Kickstarter before he releases the interview. And that's dope, because syncing it with that gives us the best chance of making our goal rather quickly, right? Typically when people first see something, that's when they may get inspired to go and do it. They might forget about it later. You know what I'm saying? They might have seen it, but they forget about it later. So that was also dope. So beat the game, right? That storage tent that's in our backyard. Now we were supposed to long since gotten rid of that, but we did not. It got cold outside, so wasn't nobody doing nothing with that while it was cold. But now that it's not, I decided to call bulk pickup and grab some stuff up out of there, and then call them again the next week, and they get some more stuff, and then that shit'll be out of there. I found out something very distressing. Now I don't know if this is the same in Baltimore or not, but here in College Park they've changed the rules where that now you only get 4 bulk pickups a year that's free. Anything else you have to pay. And I did not know that until the lady on the phone was kind enough to tell me. She said she was telling everybody because a lot of people don't know that, and they had an incident where this woman got charged $400.
Yikes!
Yeah, and didn't she figuring this is what it usually is? You call bulk pickup, they come on a Friday or whatever day, and they grab you, put the shit on the curb, and they grab it, take it off, and that's it. Nah, they out here charging fools. So it just so happened that she goes through the times they have me on record, right? So first of all, they had the wrong address. I don't know what the fuck, Delaware Street.
That's interesting.
That, man, I would never. So, but I would never. So they had that wrong, but then she eventually got found the right account or whatever. So she said, yeah. So they start their year in June, right? So from June last year to this, right before this call,
you've done it 7 times.
No, 3. 3. So I was on my last one that was free to get that stuff taken up out of here. But here's the thing. I did want to do it week to week, but this is
effectively not that you can, because it's about to be June.
It's about to be June. So she said if I just wait till after June 1st,
right,
to call for another bulk pickup, I don't have to pay that. My Ford starts all over again. So all right, cool. So I go in there and I get a couple of big ass totes, some cardboard boxes with a bunch of bullshit in them that we wasn't using no more. That was just there, and a few other things. And I took it out to the curb. So the last thing I got was this big blue tote, and in this big blue tote, mad comic books, graphic novels, all that shit. But I've had a lot of this stuff for a long time. I'm carrying this from place to place,
right,
and now city to city. You know what I'm saying? And it's like most of those books that are in there, I have on my hard drive. So I kept them because nostalgia,
sure.
I'm nostalgia. But the truth is, I have been telling myself for a long time that this is not tenable.
What's up,
Joe? This is not tenable because comic books take up a lot of real estate in your house. And currently we have like 10 long white boxes of comic books that belong to Malik because they belong to his grandfather, right? And they're right there taking up a whole big section of the wall down here. So we didn't really have room for none of that. Plus, truth be told, I was talking to my wife about it. We gotta get ourselves in the mindsets of acting like we leaving.
Yeah.
You feel me? You can't bringing that shit down there would be.
It just don't make sense.
It don't make sense. Yo, I've talked to people who are who have moved out of the country. They've spent anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 with freight stuff to bring a bunch of shit from their place of origin to their new place, only to find there was no need to bring that shit.
Right.
So I'm going to learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to learn from other people's mistakes. The fact is, I got a lot of bullshit around here that I've been carrying around for the longest time. Nigga, the stuff that I've been carrying around for years, nigga, I found like old clips and bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like from firearms I no longer even own. Right? Turn this shit around for years and years and years, right? And it's one of the cleansing therapeutic things about having my mindset on right is the fact that I'm learning that you have a bunch of shit you don't need and you're carrying it around for fucking nothing.
Right.
For absolutely nothing. I have all those books on the hard drive, but maybe the exception of a couple, but I can always go and get them. You know what I'm saying? So I got that mindset and I took it, wheeled that heavy motherfucker all the way up to the front. And as I was coming down to see my son, and I said, "End of an era," and I pointed up. He's like, "Huh?" So what's that? I said, "My comic books." He was like, "No!" So he runs off the porch.
That's funny.
And looks down at the crate. So I'm walking my ass back around to the back again. You know how my driveway is. He's down to the back. And I didn't see what he was doing. When I come back with something else, I see that giant blue heavy ass goddamn tote is on our porch.
That's funny.
On our porch now. And he's standing over top of it going, "This is outrage." I think at that time he talked to his girl on the phone. She's like, "Well, why is he throwing away all of his comics?" He's like, "I don't know." He said, "But you have to give me 2 weeks." It's 2 weeks. Yeah, he said, "I'm gonna find people to give them to. If it's Goodwill, if it's something." And then when he opened them, because I didn't know what I didn't even open it because I knew if I opened it,
right,
I wasn't going, it wasn't going to be able to do it. When he opened it, they were pristine. After 3 years out in that goddamn thing through rain, snow, this and the other, they were still pristine. And he was like, "Nah, you got to give me 2 weeks. You got to give me 2 weeks." And Joe says, "Hope you sold them and didn't trash them." That's the thing. Selling comic books is not as easy as people assume it.
Yeah.
Like when you see this comic is worth such and such, that's the first NFT, yo. Because you got to find somebody willing to pay you for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one. And number two, like I said, it's harder than people think to sell them and get a good, price of them. But for me, I didn't even really care about that at the time. Like I said, all of that was therapeutic. Getting it up out of here. So he's got 2 weeks. So the next day, though, when I go out, it's still on the front porch. Can't keep this on the front porch. I wheeled it around the back and put it up under the roof around in that shed in our backyard. Told them, "Look, they over there. So you got 2 weeks, and then they getting up out of here."
Right.
Because I just cleaned that whole area up. The leaves and all that other bullshit that was there. I just cleaned that up. So all this is something else that's cluttering that area. You know what I'm saying? So he knows, my son knows quite a few people. And quite a few little organizations that he'd either performed for or some shit like that. So I'm fairly confident that he will find a place to get rid of them. But here's the other thing, though. I went in there and found there wasn't just comic books in there. There were wires and plugs. And you know my fetish for plug, like, oh no, I got a plug drawer right there. Nah, we might need this. I need this. So I snatched them the fuck up out of there. And also, I may or may not have snatched a few of the graphic novels. But listen, the rest of that shit is in there right now. It's out there waiting right now. That look on your face is priceless. There's just a couple. I saw them. I couldn't. But see, that's why I didn't. Right, Mike? I needed all the plugs.
But you okay?
Biddy says, I tried to move out of Ireland, but as their dad disagreed, I wasn't allowed to take the kids out of Ireland because of the jurisdiction. That's crazy. But no, man, I'm just in that mindset now. Like you got to operate as if this is going to happen the way you want to act. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting rid of anything that's I haven't touched that shit in years. Obviously, I'm not missing it. You know what I'm saying? Get it up out of here. Now, the other thing this week is we finally finished out the Kickstarter thing and we're waiting to launch, right? So that's cool. The other day I shared the pre-launch link up on my page. So anybody that's interested in that, go check that out. And you get notified. If you click on it and sign up for it, you'll get notified when it goes live, right?
Yeah.
Now, the last observation I made this week, I don't know if it's something you had planned to talk about already. But it was a conversation I saw about the 10 people that got murdered in Buffalo. And I saw people are really weird, man. People are just really weird, you know, because the cognitive dissonance is just right there. And you should be able to reach up and touch it yourself. It's so obvious, right? I saw people making arguments about the guy that did it, saying, you know, a lot of guys like him are being radicalized because of fear, insecurity about
replacement
being
theory,
replaced.
Yeah,
that whole thing, right? And I looked at that. I was like, so walk with me through that. Like, how's that work? That this concern over being replaced is being used as a reason for murderers to just go out there. He ain't the first.
Right.
And unfortunately, he's not going to be the last. You know, it's going to happen again, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, explain to me how that radicalization works and why are we hyper concerned about that form of radicalization? Because think about what they're saying. They're saying that because of demographic changes, which, by the way, this has been chronicled since the 90s, demographic changes taking place, that the dominant white demographic in this country is going to be a minority,
right,
in about a couple of decades. It's just,
it
is what it is. So they're feeling radicalized about that. But why would that be when you spend currently in an inordinate amount of time talking about how America doesn't mistreat minorities?
Right.
What's going on over here? So if that first thing you said wasn't gaslighting, right, then surely you have nothing to fear about being a minority.
Here's the thing with that. I don't think you're going to get too many people to admit that they subscribe to replacement theory.
Right.
You're not going to get too many people to,
fairly certain. Fairly certain. And it's crazy because you went and killed all these black people because you felt like you was being replaced. So somebody didn't tell him that we've been here as long as you have. and actually longer than some of the immigrants that came during the 20s and the late 1800s, 20s, and the 40s. We've been here. We've been here since the 1600s, right? So I'm not thinking I understand that. But the other thing about that that's funny to me about how the concern about the radicalization of them because of that. And all this time, you wasn't concerned about the radicalization of black people. So if you're scared to become a minority because you think something bad's going to happen, we've been minorities this whole time. I don't see y'all giving any of this reasoning and apologetics to people in the Nation of Islam, to people in the Hebrew Israelites, to people in the New Black Panther Party, to the what's the other crew they call themselves? We saw them the video the other day, the Not Fucking Around battalion or whatever. I don't see you giving any of this reasoning to them, and they come from groups that are historic minorities who have literal history they can look at about cities being bombed because people were successful, about people getting beat up because they sat on the wrong seat on a bus.
Right.
People had to leave towns at a certain time because them sundown towns, them sunset towns, there's literal facts and facts in real time of the consequences of being that. And when all of this was going on, mind you, some of these same folks were saying, or people with the same ideology were saying, you guys are complaining for nothing. It's great to be a minority in this country. Well, then you should be tickled pink right now. That you about, and as a matter of fact, the argument I've heard them say is, we have advantages. So you're about to get a whole bunch of new advantages, right? In a couple of decades. Unless you were just gaslighting. And that puts me to mind of that incident in Central Park with the lady and her dog. And the brother telling her, yo, you got to get a leash on that thing. You can't have that thing running around here like there's leash laws in the city. And she got perturbed and admitted, by the way, liberal, according to everything was on social media thing. She's supposed to be this left wing, whatever. And she weaponized the police.
There's a black man.
There's a black man. I'm talking about black man's harassing me. So wait a minute. But I thought the police don't judge us off of what happened to the MLK swag with the content of character and not color skin that you say we're there.
Right.
But Barack Obama became president. Ain't that one of the things y'all use all the time? People when they make this argument, is that what you use?
But a black man.
I'm trying to figure out like this. What I mean by the cognitive dissonance is literally right there in front of their nose. They can reach up and touch it. So either it's cognitive dissonance or it's gaslighting. You've been gaslighting this whole time.
No, but Toon, you don't understand. A black man.
Yeah. Could have threw me for a loop. So it's just funny to me how like they want like now after these people have died, right, have been murdered, people's grandparents, parents murdered, minding their business. After they were murdered, when I see appeals for understanding for this guy, and then you tell me why I should be, and I go, but I've been a minority for 53 years in this country. And they don't give me no break or no slack with that. Well, you know, he was radicalized. When I was part of the Nation of Gods and Earth, the 5%ers, well, nobody's saying he got radicalized because, you know, the fears of being a minority. None of that.
No.
None of that. None of that. Something else, too. The comedian Godfrey was on his live stream the other day, and he said what I didn't, it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. It was always in the back of my mind. But he said it out loud. He said the quiet part out loud. So why these bitch-ass motherfuckers always go to the soft targets? Why you not down there trying to run down on gangbangers?
Right.
Here's the thing. You going to get a couple of them shots off because they're going to be unaware.
Sure.
So you going to get them shots off, but you ain't going to get them shots off.
Yeah, you ain't going to make it.
Because they there for the smoke. And also, wouldn't they be the ones that fit into your stereotype?
Well, here's my thing, though. Let's play this out to its fullest extent. Wouldn't it be easier to find said people if you went to the place where they live? versus trying to go to some random place and search them out.
Yeah.
I would imagine it would make your initial job easier.
I would think.
Yeah.
And he this guy did say he went to this part of Buffalo because the population density is way more black people are in this spot. And that Tops supermarket, from what I'm learning, is one of the only supermarkets in that area. And it was basically drag kicking and screaming to go there because the city was trying to get to go because it was a food desert. Fucking food desert. So I'm like, you specifically you traveled to come here and do this and do this. So I don't want to.
But he went to Buffalo. So like, why he ain't go to the part of Buffalo where like Griselda's from?
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, picture, if you will, 2008. Emerson Village, the corner of Edmondson and Edgewood, or the corner of Edmondson and Denison. And then some guy with this same grievance, I'm going to take out black people because bro, he'd have got the first few off because they wouldn't expect. But after that, this would have made your point. But no, you go after these soft targets.
Why ain't go down Penn North?
Why ain't go down Penn North, bro? Why ain't go down Poplar Grove? Why ain't go down Walbrook Junction? Why ain't go down Walbrook Junction?
Yeah, that would again. That really would be helpful to your initial, job.
Go down Sandtown.
Yeah, Cherry Hill.
Go to old school Cherry Hill.
Right.
Old school Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill been gentrified. He's been gentrified, but
no, it's not as good as you think it is. No, nigga, no, it's not as good as you think it is.
No, go down Mount Street, yo. Go down Mount Street. Or some parts of Monument. Or some parts around there with John Hopkins.
Right.
Go. Shoo. Go. Shoo.
Yeah.
Like it's cowardly as fuck, man. And that's why I don't like hearing we have to start to understand. Y'all didn't have that understanding for none of the Black Panthers. They marketed them out of existence. They locked them up out of existence. They killed them out of existence. Mm-hmm. So you can't understand how they got radicalized. You can't. No understanding for that. But you want us to understand how he got radicalized. It's just so funny how a lot of this shit works.
Facts, Paul.
You still get bucked at Starbucks and Cherry Hill.
It's real shit. I'm telling you. Like, there have been improvements to the area, right. But no.
Listen. I don't care I don't care if they put up $1 million condos up there. I'm not going back there.
It's still Cherry Hill.
I almost got killed twice in Cherry Hill.
Yeah, it's a black hole. It's a peninsula for real. There's one way in, one way out.
One way out. Shit. Nah, B. We not doing that. But it's curious to me. It's just curious. But it actually isn't really curious because I know what it is.
Nah, absolutely not. We're being facetious.
Yeah, we're being very facetious right now because I know what it is. You know what it is, and everybody else know what it is too. Oh, even the people that don't want to acknowledge it, even the people that somehow think that 47 million black people are making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Even those people, they know. What's a great way for people not to know the origins of all of this shit? Not teaching it in school.
Yeah.
Who would they don't care if we know because we live it. They don't care. We've been saying this for the longest time. They don't want their kids to know because we see what's happening now. Because a lot of this younger generation of white folks know and are concerned about it and are angry about it and going, yo, this shouldn't be like this. This should not be like this. And they like, oh no, we're not making another generation of white people to care about y'all. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So this next generation, we're going to not teach about none of this stuff in the school. So as far as they're concerned, it's always been an even playing field. Or to be more accurate, there was slavery. Then when slavery stopped, everything was even. Yeah. It was all good. It was all good. That's how that's how they want to teach history here now, right? And I'm here to tell y'all right now that is dangerous as fuck for a lot of reasons, and it's more than just people being miseducated, because thoughts are precursor to words. Then those words can turn into something else. So I always get a little iffy when I see people talk about, well, they're just words. I'll be like, y'all only value words when it's convenient for you to do so. Facts. But there were words that literally started wars, entire wars. This is the way we speak. This is the way we talk. Like, this is how we express ideas. What do you mean words aren't powerful? And when I see an artist that trades in words saying that shit, I'll be like, really? Really? Words are your stock and trade, sir.
Your entire livelihood.
You know what I'm saying? Words are your stock and trade. You keep saying, so keep it up. But what I would offer to people that think like that, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep acting like words don't sway. They have no power. It's not important that misinformation gets countered. You need to keep it's just words. Keep thinking that, because y'all was saying that to me in 2011. And we here now. Keep it up. Keep it up. Because I remember in 2011 when I was making statements about words right on my Facebook, see right in my memories. This shit is not good. Oh, it's just let people talk. They want to. Okay. We right here now. Keep going. Keep going. Yikes. But anyway, yeah, that was my week and my observations.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. So.
Bowflex.
Facts.
This.
Facts.
That's how that works.
Facts. So I've had a really weird week, particularly when it comes to work. So there's one specific thing going on that I can't really talk about because I don't really know the status or the full details of said thing.
Right.
I just know that my boss is pissed and not at me. But her being pissed in general tends to not be a good thing for somebody. Somebody's day is going to be made worse because she's pissed.
Right.
Another specific thing I can't speak about because nobody's supposed to know. But somebody in the company did, for lack of a better term, a social experiment type of test. It's being conducted on a select group of people. They are failing miserably.
Wow.
Like really bad. Like so bad that I wished that nobody I work with listened to the show so I can tell y'all. And I know there are several listen, and I appreciate y'all. I can assure you, at least this, that if you work with the company that I work for, and we have had any conversations about you listening to this show, you aren't one of the people that I'm talking about. I can assure you that. But that's all. That's as far as I can assure you. Like, you haven't failed this test yet.
Right.
Because it's all I can really say about it is humans are predictable. They're very predictable. Right. And this, and often in there being predictable. It's the not doing right. You just won't do right. Just can't do right.
You just can't do right.
It's like, bro,
why'd you sound like a dude from the 70s on one of them 70s TV shows?
Bro,
right.
It's like legitimately, I happen to be privy to the results of this test. So I'm like looking at, and I'm like, damn, this person failed, this person failed, this person failed. I'm talking about vice presidents.
What?
I'm talking, nigga, it's
what?
It's like there were some people. So there were some people who failed this particular test where it was like, okay, I'm not really surprised, and I don't really have an expectation that they would have passed.
Right.
But then there's some people where it's like, this issue has been addressed with you before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're still continuing to, okay, fine. It'll be fixed. They won't like how it's fixed.
No, they won't.
But it'll be fixed. Luckily, this isn't something, at least as far as I know, this isn't something that's going to lead to anybody losing their jobs or anything. So that's cool. Right. Yeah. But they still not going to like how it gets fixed. So that is what it is. But more generally, people kill me with how they handle phone calls for work purposes.
You mean, like, is it similar to how they handle phone calls and text messages when you're doing your show?
No, that's different. I ain't sure. That's funny, Bo Flex. But leaving a message saying "call me" or
I don't like that shit,
or I need your help.
I don't like that shit.
Hashtag no shit. Isn't helpful and isn't going to get your issue fixed any quicker.
And it's anxiety inducing.
Yes,
especially from a loved one. A loved one
especially to call me shit.
Yeah, to call me or the I need your help.
Yo,
this is a text message. You can just tell me the whole thing.
Just say the thing.
Just say the thing.
But it's you're leaving a voice message. It's even easier to say the thing.
Yeah, you can just
say the thing.
Yo, just say
mainly, what up, cuz? Mainly because don't you think we're downtown? Don't you think you person who was leaving me this message saying call me or I need your help? I've helped you before. And when I've helped you before, I've had to come upstairs.
Right.
So if you just told me what it was, I could probably fix it before I get back in contact with you.
Right.
But you want to delay things because you don't have time to tell me your issue. Except you do have time to tell me your issue because that's what you're going to do when I call you back.
Yeah.
Or if I go down to talk to you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This me not talking on the phone thing, that's not a ploy. That's not some preference of my, that is a real thing. I do it at work as well. If you call me and you're in the building, instead of picking up the phone, I'm going to come to your desk because the phone, that's not.
I feel you.
So, yeah, like it's not going to get your issue fixed any quicker. It's going to take more time to get your issue fixed.
Yeah.
And equally useless tactic, calling 4 times and not leaving any message at all.
Yo, that's the craziest bar right there, though. Like you called me 4 times.
Yo, one of the people that failed the test that I talked about, when they realized, none of them know it's a test, but when they realized that they did something wrong,
right?
They proceeded to call me, and when I didn't answer the phone, called me again, and when I didn't answer the phone, called me again, and called me again.
Of course they did.
Why not just tell me what happened? You didn't leave a message any of the 4 times. Why not just tell me what happened? Like, I don't understand. If you think it's that urgent, clearly I'm not available.
Right.
So the fastest way to get your issue solved would be to let me know whatever.
I mean, you would imagine, right?
Listen. Apparently I don't know shit. Like, it's cool. I'm fine with not knowing shit.
But you want to.
They don't know that.
All of it.
They don't know that. They don't get it.
That non-interference. See, that's that non.
And what's the crazy thing about it? I knew what it was. I knew what she was calling me for. Hadn't had a conversation with her. Hadn't seen her.
Right.
But because I knew the test was happening, I knew it was that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be sure. There was no way I could actually be sure.
You could have been if she just
if she just told me. Yeah, because I didn't have any of the results yet. I just knew it was going on. So when I get frantic phone calls after I know that there's a test being implemented,
yeah.
So,
you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
but it's
but I didn't have the results yet, so I didn't know.
It's still ass show,
right?
Like, don't do that. Like, just tell me.
So, like, if I didn't answer your phone the first time, what makes you think this is anything? This ain't just work no more. If I didn't answer your phone call the first time, because that's what humans do.
Yo,
it's what it all boils down to. If I didn't answer your phone call the first time,
right?
What in the cosmos makes you believe that you'll have a different result 3 seconds later? Like, you didn't even give it no real time. Like, okay, he's not at his desk. I'll call back in 5 minutes. No, 3 seconds later, the phone rings again.
And you can't make it up, yo. Like,
what do you think? What did you think was going to change? Like, are you assuming that you're in this very perfect point in time where I'm on my way back to my desk?
Yes.
And I heard the last ring.
Yes.
But I didn't make it to the phone quick enough.
Yes.
So when you ring again, I'll be there to no.
Yes.
That's not. No,
it's not.
The likeliness of that happening is very low.
It's crazy because back in the day, right? And yo, he's ass show. Napalm says
that's
the irony that you watching his phone ring. Yo, you remember back? Well, you probably don't even remember. Do you remember before cell phones?
Yeah, nigga, I ain't had cell phones when I was in high school.
You had to catch. You had to catch them when you caught them. If they not in the house, if they in transit, that's it.
That's it. You don't hear from this person. Yo, remember? Yo, I've seen so many clean comedians, not even necessarily clean, but ones that don't get into the weeds.
Yeah.
Comedians make this joke like, remember when you had to like make plans with somebody and just expect that they would be there?
It's a fact.
Like,
it's a fact.
There was no set confirmation. What the fuck is that? The confirmation is I get there if I see you or not. That's it.
We talked.
We played
2 days ago and planned. Right. And now 2 days later, I will appear or I won't.
You're supposed to be at a place. Are you there? No. Oh shit. Maybe they're dead. Because there's no way for me to know.
Facts,
Cindy. Or when the internet first started and somebody was on the internet and oh my God. That dial-up shit.
Yo, you know what's funny about that, right? This brought me to mind of having to call and just make sure. Look, nowadays, if you go to a movies, for a lot of movie theaters, you can literally reserve your seats before you get there.
Yeah.
Reserve your seats. Years and years and years ago, I know I wasn't 18. My brother wasn't 18 at the time. My brother called down to the movie theater to see what time, I forget which movie it was going to start.
Yo, that's crazy. I remember having the call to see the movie times.
So the funny thing about it was my brother was all getting himself together to go down to the movie theater. And my mother stopped him because it was something he didn't do that he needed to do. He was just on his way out the door. And he was like, but Ma, they expecting me.
That's funny. That's funny. They expected me. Okay.
I fell out. I fell out in that living room. I fell out in that living room, yo. That's a crazy
wild bar. Yo, come on now.
Patriot.
What up?
That's a wild bar. McKenna said, I've had a cell phone since elementary school. It was an old Nokia for emergencies, only until middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. All right. So something hit me while I was writing the script for the deeper dive
Mm-hmm.
for Kendrick's album.
Yes.
That I have several conservative adjacent ideals. Clearly, because again, I'm not. I was about to say clearly because I've long talked about not being a gang member and being a human being.
I don't even think that. I don't even necessarily think that's conservative, bro. Like, just don't.
No. I'm saying not being a gang member and understanding that you're going to have ideals that may not fit into whatever party you play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So
this is it too, Bullflex, by the way.
They're like conservative adjacent. The ones I'm talking about specifically, they're conservative adjacent, but they aren't really like the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm 1,000% against censorship. Like, but I also want people not to be pieces of shit.
Right.
So like censorship, they're not the same.
Right.
Censorship would be if someone blanked out Kendrick using the F-bomb on that song. Mm-hmm. That would be censorship.
Yeah.
If the label was like, it's the shit they did to Eminem back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
If the label was like, all right, we got your album. All right, we're gonna cut these out. That's censorship.
Right.
What I want is for him to realize how hurtful the word is and then not want to use it.
See, this is the issue that we have. People are peopling.
Oh, facts. Yeah. There's nothing we can do to stop that. Yeah.
Every day. So it's like it is a balance. You have to find a balance because I think some of the assumptions that we have about what human default behavior is flawed. Like human default behavior is to be shitty. Let's just selfish, shitty. That, you know what I'm saying? And it does take a bit of enlightenment, personal experience a lot of times with other groups, because it's easy to get the shorthand that society puts out there about certain groups of people. Like if you've never had any personal interaction with them at all, and then the shorthand is out there. That shit is insidious, yo. That shit's insidious. That's why one of the things I will never forgive this place for is the way they marketed Black people globally.
Right.
People that have never met us before automatically assume certain
facts,
things.
Cindy.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, people would be great if it wasn't for all the people. It's a fact. It's a fact. So, like, especially when certain language puts groups of people in danger, it's hard to make an argument for that type of, like, well, fuck it. Fuck the harm, the genuine harm this does to them. He should be able to, or she should be able to. It's hard to do because I give a classic example. We just got finished talking about 10 people up there in Buffalo. That came from rhetoric. That came from an ideology that was being spread on a huge platform that's actually dripping out of the mouths of elected officials right now. Right now. And they heard it, and these are words. These are words.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, that's the line. Like there's I don't want somebody to have to do it for you. I want you to not want to do it.
Yeah.
But you know how rabbit holes go. So that thought was still with me by the time I got to my car.
Of course.
And now I understand why I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube music. So the algorithm that the service uses, I would say, is excellent. I can literally search for a song and just let it play. And that algorithm always finds a group of songs where I like most of them.
Right.
So here comes the hate part. It pulls music from regular YouTube as well. So not just music that's on the YouTube.
Oh, yes.
It pulls the audio from videos that are on YouTube.
It's very true.
So I mentioned hating censorship. It's long been a thing that it's literally to the extent that if I'm like over my mother's house and I'm looking for a movie on TV, no matter how much I love the movie, if it's on a channel that doesn't use profanity, I'm generally not going to click it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. Yeah. Same with my music, though. Like, literally, and
it's
again,
been this way for
years.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I hear a song and then realize that it's the edited version, I'm going to change the song.
I'm changing it.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Well, this presents two very specific problems. Regular YouTube has a lot of censored music on there.
Yep.
So, like I said, the algorithm is really smart. So not only does it remember your taste from what you listen to,
right,
but on top of remembering your taste, it looks at the song that you picked. Mm-hmm. It looks for, it adds to this temporary playlist songs that are connected within at most 2 degrees. So, for example, it'll be by the same artist or by any artist who was featured on that song, mm-hmm. or an artist that shares the same record label, or a frequent collaborator of that artist. Mm-hmm. So what this means is, let's say I pick a Lupe song, right? This means I'm bound at some point, because it knows my tastes, right, and it knows that it's going to pick artists that are frequent collaborators and that share the same style. And I learned last year from my Spotify wrap up that mm-hmm. they consider both of these people Chicago rap. If I pick Lupe, I'm going to get a Kanye song at some point.
Yeah,
well, there's no way around it.
Isn't Lupe from Chicago?
Right. Yes.
So yeah.
I'm going to get a Kanye song at some point.
It's just what it is.
That means that also, if I pick Lupe in this temporary playlist, there are going to be some Rockefeller artists. Mm-hmm. There are going to be some Rock Nation artists.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Any Mickey Facts? Any Mickey Facts?
Not as much, because he don't got as much music out there. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Mickey might come on. Okay, let's say I pick Jay-Z.
Right.
So, of course, again, Rockefeller, Rock Nation. But that also means I get Pharrell. And that also means I might get anybody that Pharrell has worked with.
Right.
All right, let's say I pick Pusha T. So again, he's connected to several people that I've already mentioned.
Right.
Pharrell, Kanye, Jay-Z. He's connected to all of them.
Right.
So one of my favorite songs is the song Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna. Mm-hmm. All right, so if I pick Lupe and you're going to give me Rock Nation artists, I'm going to get Rihanna. If I pick Jay-Z, I'm going to get Rihanna. If I pick Pusha T, I'm going to get people who are connected to people that are connected to Pusha T, which means I'm going to get Rihanna. Yep. If I pick Jay-Z or Pusha T, that means I'm going to get Pharrell. And if I get Pharrell, I'm potentially going to get T.I. So
you like all those people though. So
it's not, no big issue. Yeah, no big mm-hmm. issue with that. But here's the issue. Remember how I talked about the fabled no skip song?
Yes.
So this is as close to a never skip song as you can be without actually being a never skip song. Is this song, Live Your Life. The problem? Mm-hmm. There's a censored version of the song on YouTube, but there's only one word in the entire song
that's censored?
that gets censored.
Well, that's weird.
In the entire song, it's nigga. Like, he doesn't even really cuss in this song. There's only one, this nigga. Right. And it doesn't show up until the middle of the second verse. Now, the problem with this is we aren't talking about these new format songs.
Right.
No, we're talking about
3 minute songs. Yeah.
No.
4 minute,
not even 3 minute song. Because there's an intro, and then there's a bridge, and then the chorus, and then the first verse.
Yikes.
So it's damn near 3 minutes have passed before I realized that I'm listening to an edited song.
And it made you feel away, didn't it?
I hit skip.
You were almost through the damn song.
I was almost through the damn song. It's because I can't. What do you want from me? This is.
I probably would have just kept on. I'm already.
No, fuck it. No. Hearing hearing that blank noise when I know I'm supposed to hear, like it's different.
Annoying, yo.
It's different. It's different. Like with Eminem on Toy Soldiers, he blanks himself.
Right.
That's fine. I get that. There's a purpose for that. Hearing the blank when you know that this song, the word is supposed to be that, it fucks with me. All right, so
somebody might argue,
okay,
that blank is there for a purpose.
Fuck them. All right, so the second issue. Remember, I just mentioned the whole never skip thing.
Yeah,
we've talked about that on here, and there's only one song that I've ever officially declared an official member of that club, and that's the Rockwilder.
I'm always playing it. I don't care.
Well, YouTube has an edited version of the Rockwilder.
They do. I slipped up and listened, and I really only got through a small percentage of it when I realized it was that, and went, nope.
I had never been more conflicted in my life because on the opposite of it, as long as Live Your Life is, the Rockwilder is not a long song.
No, I get it.
The Rockwilder is not a long song, so I ended up skipping it, not because that was the decision I made. Like I ended up not skipping it, but not because it was the decision that I made, but because I was having an existential crisis, and the song isn't that long. So before I could even actually make my mind up, the song was over because it's basically 2 verses and no chorus.
You know what we should. I'm wondering what it would be like, because everybody says they wanted that song to be longer. So what if we made that song longer by just adding, taking the beat, looping it, stretching the loop out, and then rapping on it.
I mean,
two more verses on it.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
That's an interesting project.
I'm just saying. It's crazy being on trying to go after Meth and Red on one of their illest like collaborative shits of all time. But even if it was just me having that, just for the sheer enjoyment of knowing that. Yeah, bro.
Yo, I think you might be on something.
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Everybody wanted that to be longer.
That's a fact.
Everybody wanted that to be longer.
Like, why is the song so short? Like, I get it, but I don't.
I get it, and I don't too. I'm the same way with that because I've done that. Like, I have songs that are short that I've had people say, "Yo, why isn't this?"
Right.
Because I ran out of steam to talk about.
Yeah, this is what it was.
About it. This is what it is. And I don't like just adding something especially a while ago. I'm more liable to do it now than back then. Because back then it was like, no, this is what this song told me to say. So I said it. And I said what I said. So I know it's space on there for another verse and hook. But guess what? That's not what this song told me to say.
Facts.
So cut and fade.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I get it.
Musicians are weird.
What? Duh.
Weird, yo.
Fuck you, me. Yeah, absolutely.
At least we ain't walking down the street dipping in.
No, some of us are.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I better not be walking behind him. I better be walking behind him.
I promise you. If I remember, and I won't, then I'm going to do that one day. Not going to be the next time, but one day.
I don't think that's going to work. It's not going to work because first of all, I know it's you. I know you're being ass. It's not going to work.
All right, so
you got the cosplay of somebody else and shit.
You stupid.
A trap rapper and shit.
Yo, that's funny. I have so to be more informative without giving more details about the work stuff that I mentioned.
Yes.
It's crazy right now. Like, there's some shit going on that got some shit going on.
Wow.
Like, it's a lot. Like, somebody might be getting fired a lot. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, again, I can't give details.
Of course you can't.
But nigga, like
Whoa.
people are wilding. Like, and I don't know if y'all remember, I always say about my job, you gotta damn near commit murder
for them to be
in order for them to
get
fire
you the
you.
fuck up out of there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody is on the precipice. It probably won't happen because there are people that want to give this person another shot. And again, in general, it's really hard to get fired from my job. But effectively what they did, absolutely. They did something that actually affects the entire company in a negative way.
Wow.
It's like on the one hand, I understand them potentially getting fired, but on the other hand, I feel like it's a bit of an overreact, just a bit, because the actions on the results alone are fireworks.
Fireable. That's a fireable.
Yeah,
offense, right?
Absolutely, because they effectively, in a way, crippled the entire company.
Oh no!
Yeah, they did something that will
have reverberations throughout the history of that company. Is that
it
what it
could? The saving grace, as far as it's not as bad as it would normally be, but that's only because of the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, we have like super low vacancy percentage. Like at one point, it might not still be that right now. At one point, it was like 2% vacant throughout the entire company.
Jeez.
That I don't think we've ever been below 5% in history. And 5 wasn't something that just happened all the time.
Right.
But I think we were below 2% recently, and that's not. So
like you said, it's the pandemic.
Yeah. It's what up, Vermin?
What's up, Vermin?
So yeah, it's like it was bad, and it was bad, but it's not normal times, so it's not going to show up the way it would.
Yeah, like it would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
Oh,
and it's been regular.
Yeah. But again, I don't know. It's hard. Because I think this person has no. That would have been an immediate firing.
No, they might have got beat up. I can see. You saw that shit happen to Freddie Gibbs, right? Look, it'd have been all them vice presidents. You know, you got like 15,000 vice presidents in that company. They all been in that room.
They would have stomped them out.
They'd have stomped them out in that room.
Bruh. Yeah, no, there's no way. No way you getting away with that.
It was something buckets of salt water on everyone.
Right. No, it was way more. It
would have been flying.
It was way more passive than that.
Right.
So like it was something that it was a position that this person was put into. And if they weren't put in that position, they wouldn't have been able to do this. So that's one reason why I feel like, they shouldn't be fired. And the other reason is because when they started doing what they were doing, they could not have possibly known that this would be the outcome.
Right.
That's the other reason why I don't think they should be fired. But my boss was like, when I said this to her, she was like, okay, but we told them to stop doing what they were doing. And they didn't stop. And then once they did stop, we told them to do it in this very specific way.
Right.
And they chose not to. Right. So I was like, oh, well, damn.
You got to lose your
Let me stop talking.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else I can say that's going to help the situation.
What if he turned around after you said, well, yeah, you said, maybe it's not. And he was like, nah, because blah, 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 this happened. And also, I really wasn't talking to you. Yeah. Also, I really want to talk to you.
Yo, I promise you that would have been me though. If this person had showed up while I was having this conversation,
oh hell yeah,
and said anything, even if it was like good about me, shut up.
The fuck up.
Go away.
Yeah,
because I'm not particularly fond of this person.
Oh,
like, yeah, I just don't. Like I said before, I have no desire of anyone to lose their livelihood.
Yeah,
like that's not. No, I don't. Anything that you've done to me, if I'm not in trouble as a result of it. And when I say in trouble, I don't mean a result of what you did. I mean as a result of what I did in response to what you did.
Right.
So if I'm not in trouble, I
feel that because now, to be clear, there are times when I want a motherfucker to get the fuck up out of there.
No, there are times when niggas deserve to be fired.
You gotta get the fuck out of it. And I've had to fire people. And in my mind, they deserved it. Yeah. But I feel you with that because I've been in fights at jobs. And I didn't care to have the other person. Like we really in the locker room.
Actually, hold up. See, these are some of the things that actually has happened to get people fired. I've been in a fight at work. My first, it was like 3 months into my first year of being full time. I got into a fight, and luckily for me, there were people around that saw what happened.
Yeah, they saw how all of it started.
So the other person ended up getting fired. I didn't necessarily want him to get fired.
It is what it is.
I wasn't about to be like, no. I wasn't about to go to bat for him.
No,
but I didn't necessarily want him to get fired, and I definitely didn't want to have to because they fired him. They moved me to a different location,
right?
Because if he comes back up here and y'all have another issue, blah blah blah. All right, fine.
The whole thing. I do get that. I know when I was running sanitation department, Nick was running sanitation department at Phillips warehouse. There has been incidents that took place between workers that could have escalated out there on the production floor in front of all them cameras. There have been times when I intervened and said, check this out. If it's that serious, we're going to go down to the locker room and lock the door and y'all do what the fuck. Now, that was extremely irresponsible of me.
Sure. Absolutely.
Extremely.
Yeah.
But I was still hood. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kind of in that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, but I didn't want to fire anybody for a couple of reasons. One, they used to drag their feet getting me help. You know what I'm saying? So if I got rid of somebody at this particular period of time of my reign, there's no telling when I was going to get somebody to replace them, which means I would have to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm trying to say. So these are some of the other things that people have been fired for. This one dude was caught in a laundry room. How can I say this? Pleasuring himself.
That's happened.
While on the clock. Watching porn. Loud enough for someone to hear.
Oh, he's bugging.
Yeah, you gotta fire him. Like, what? He's
gotta go.
There's nothing I can look. I can imagine the supervisor like, yo, you really put me in the I can't. There's nothing I can do to spin this.
Right.
You gotta go.
Hey, Patriot, let me know how that works out for you.
Also, my cousin got fired because she lived, I want to say 2 doors. She was a rental agent. She lived 2 doors away from the rental office that she worked at. It's a 1-person office. Right. So she got caught not being in the office because she was in her house.
Right.
Don't know what she was doing at the time, but you wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
If it's a 2-person office, dip out for a second.
Right.
Because there's somebody still there. If it's a 1-person, I think she was asleep. I think that's what happened. I think she was asleep. So like, what do you? So now anybody can call the office. Anybody can show up at the office,
Right.
and you just not there because you sleep.
Yeah. That's a crazy.
So,
Listen, I've done things like I used to work security. So you know where Fort McHenry is, right?
yeah.
Literally, you leave out the Fort McHenry gates on Fort Avenue, and right on the left of the street when you leave out was a seed company. I was working security for them, and basically the hours they had me there was overnight.
Right.
There was nobody there. Nobody worked there. I couldn't get into the building, but they had a building strictly for security. I was the only person there. There were so many times where, man, I may have stayed an hour. I may have stayed 2 hours. Then I'm out. Took my ass home and stayed on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Stayed on the clock. Now, I had to stop doing shit like that because once supervisors started to kind of figure out the finesse from other people really fucked that up. And then now they do the periodic spot checks, right? To see without you knowing they coming, and they pop up there. And if you ain't there, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Right. So I had to stop doing that shit. But I did that for a long period of time. And I can only imagine in other types of jobs and similar situations, people will be doing that type shit too. Because if you're out there by yourself, and especially young people, you know, like we be on some bullshit when we that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not staying here this whole night and doing nothing. Because literally that's security. Who was coming up to Fort McHenry to break into a seat? Who? Well, I just had to get these petunia seeds.
I don't.
It's not.
I don't foresee that being what actually.
It's not a thing.
It's just not even a real motivation. Like, to what?
Right. Like, and then listen, there was things I allowed employees to do because I knew they were good for it. Meaning, this is a good worker. I never have to go behind them and find things wrong. I always have to go behind everybody before QA comes in. At the Phillips job. But I never had some of them. It's just a spot check, cause I don't have to worry about them. So when they ask me for certain things, like I get a classic example, my man Bucky. I had to worry about that with Bucky because he gonna do his job. He not gonna do nothing dumb to get everybody jammed up in anything. And when I go to check his work, I have no problem with it. And the few times there may have been a problem with it, a lot of times it was an error on the behalf of the QA with the little swab machine. Something messed up or whatever. So on his birthday, he wanted to go to the club. He had to go to the club, right? Yo, I swear I'll be back. I ain't gonna drink. I swear I'll be back. I let him go. He comes back sober, did his thing. Then on my birthday, this nigga come in there with a band of ones.
That's funny.
He said, yo, you try to go to El Dorado, Joe? I said, nigga, I'm the boss. I'm not leaving about it. You crazy. But yeah, like with some workers, they had earned that for me to be able to trust them to do that. They earned that.
Yes.
But a lot of them, but it was few and far in between because a lot of them was, hell no, you gotta sit your ass down here, finish this work. Before I permanently give you leave. Yeah. What is you doing?
There was another guy who just kept getting into accidents. Like he just kept he kept hitting people with the company truck. Mm-hmm. Like that was his thing. Like
no, I saw the. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like every couple months. Yeah, like every other month, he just hit somebody. Like I'm not really sure. And here's the thing: when you hit somebody, when you get into an accident,
Yeah.
At my job, they send you to Concentra for drug testing, just in case. He never failed the drug test. He was never drunk.
He's just ass.
Just always hitting things. I think it happened like 6 times before they finally like, all right,
yo,
like, bro, what are you?
Yo,
clearly we cannot continue to let you to just fuck people's cars up and raise our insurance.
Yeah, what? You're bugging hard.
Then there was another guy who, for a 12-week period, mind you, we were on the grounds crew, so anybody on the maintenance side, for real, you're kind of needed, right? Because we have to maintain the apartments and the townhouses and shit. For a 12-week period, he did not work more than 3 days.
Wow.
It was using his time, but come on.
Yeah.
But it took them 12 weeks.
They were busy
to get rid of him. Nah, like I said, murder is
murder was the case.
Low. No, murder is the floor,
right,
of what you got to do to get fired. Like,
right,
like 12 weeks, 3 days, every week he was either calling out or he had I think week 4 and week 7 he had planned days off.
Right.
All the other weeks
it was just calling out.
Call out.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
And it's like, no, you bugging. Like, and we tried to warn him about this the entire time. Like, yo, you can't keep doing this if you expect to continue working here. No, it'll be fine. All right.
You know what my mom always said? A hard head make a sore ass. So if you can't be dissuaded to stop doing the thing we told you to do, like somehow that falls on.
Wait. Vermis said that's what he did for fun. Don't judge him. the dude that was hitting everybody. That's his kink. That's his kink. Okay, I'm not gonna kink shame him.
We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yo, we had a guy. We used to call him Shawn Michaels. I cannot remember his damn name.
Why did we used to call him Shawn Michaels?
Because he's always talking about super kicking motherfuckers.
Okay.
He would even do the whole, like somebody in there said something crazy and shit. He wouldn't do the full leg extension. He would just be like around his leg, right?
Yo. That's a wild bar, yo. What?
Yo, now at this time, right, I was a assistant supervisor. My other supervisor I took over for, he was still in charge, right? Tony. He was such a good and fast and accurate worker, but he was a weird duck, man. He was definitely a weird duck. And there was times when, when they first put us on overnight, truth be told, even then, because of the level of production they was doing was not high, we could clean that entire plant in about 3 hours.
Right.
So that meant the rest of that time, what you gonna fill it with? Well, because it was overnight, you wasn't gonna fill it with shit because there wasn't none of the other bosses there, no managers there, none of that. It's just the sanitation crew and their supervisor. That's it, right? So a lot of the time, I would stay because fuck else I'm gonna do. Go home and do what? Go to sleep? I can sleep here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what the fuck else am I gonna do? I would stay. Plus, it was job fun. I had my man CJ there, Bucky was there, my man Freak was there. Rest in peace, Freak. Rapping ass high yellow ass nigga. Rap circles around niggas just rapping. I had these guys, and my man Brandon. I had these guys there, right? So we tripping, we doing, we there. But he would always want to go. And to the point where he would finish, he was assigned a certain room, All the equipment in the room needed to be broken down, needed to be cleaned and sanitized. And it better not be a spot, a crab meat, or nothing on any of that shit. On the wall, it better not be on the wall. None of that. He would go in there in an hour, come out, and it got to the point where he wouldn't even ask. He would just come out and do this. And Tony would go, this is what? Go ahead, yo. I'm done.
That's
what?
funny.
And he would get his money and straight up stealing from the company. That's all that is. He's stealing from the company doing that shit.
Yikes.
You are. There's no other way to put it. But the work was getting done, so that was the whole thing. Like, can y'all start in the morning? All right. They can start in the morning. So and that's the real money loss right there. Like them not being able to start production up in the morning because something was dirty or wasn't cleaned all the way right. And now you got to stop everything or not even start because they can't even bring any food in them rooms until everything is clean.
Wow.
So it's a whole setup that you fucking up. You setting back. They definitely not gonna get them numbers that day, right? So it is what it is. But man, fuck Phillips. Fuck them, yo. Fuck Phillips, yo.
What?
That's you heard me. Fuck Phillips, yo. You too.
What
Fuck
the fuck?
Phillips.
What? But
Yo, they was always on some bullshit. Yo, you should see work environment and culture has a lot to do with why employees feel the way they feel. The reason you love working where you work is because of the culture there. It is favorable most of the time.
Sure.
For your temperament, how you get down. They respect what you contributed to the company. You get treated as such. There it is. The way Phillips used to treat employees, especially when you came in as a temp. There was an incident where, look, they let all walks of life come work through there. People come fresh out of jail, come in there as a temp, get a job. If they do right, people like them, they know the right people, get to meet the right people, they get made permanent, get the pay raise and the benefits and all of that stuff, right? But the way they treated temps, really all their employees for real, but temps especially. I remember the time when was that Mike? I think that's Mike. This motherfucker was so pissed that a lot of the temps, their attendance was fucked up. Either it was late a lot or someone wasn't coming in and all that. He made them, what he should have done, because he was within his right, send them up out of there and get another temp. But the process to do that was so ass, and they needed production. Also, when they didn't train people, like people that come in there, they're not going to get the production until they're fully trained the way they need to be trained to do this shit. They're just not. So they losing money on that, right? So instead, what he did, he lined all the temps up, and that line went from the production office on the production floor all the way around the machines and all the way out into the front lobby. And one by one, they came into his office and he cussed them the fuck out. You can't do that. But you can do it to people that are desperate because they just came home from jail. And this is the opportunity for them to get back, you know what I'm saying, into the swing of things, into society with an honest job that's not going to have them running from the police and eventually getting caught and going back to jail. And he was taking advantage of that because some of these niggas that he was yelling at and there, this have been out there on that street,
right?
They'd choke slammed him through the asphalt. That would not have been a thing, but because it was, he in there exactly on some power bullshit. He's in there cussing them the fuck out, and I'm like, wow. This job ain't worth it. But no, not that dude. I know you talking about Napalm, not that dude. This was at Phillips. But he could get away with that because they had, like with me, I wasn't fresh out of the cut. Like my going to jail days was over. Like that was over. You know what I'm saying? By the time I started working there, you know what I mean? So that wasn't even a thing. You feel me? But so I would have quit after turning that desk on top of his head. Like, I would have quit.
Yeah,
I would have quit. But most of these people, man, they were either they were in rehab. He was doing a lot of that funky shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like treating them like that. So that culture there, and also the way, even when you became permanent, there was certain little petty bullshit that it was on some bullshit. Bullshit. So that was the attitude we had. Now, thankfully, for the vast majority of people that worked for me, the vast majority, it was a couple that had fucked me on their lips. I know they did. But the vast majority of my crew, nah. Because I looked out.
right.
Because I came from the crew. I was on the crew too, doing this exact same goddamn work. I know what it is. And I also know management don't give a fuck about us, right? I seen it. I know they don't. So we gonna get it in. They gonna try to play us out for raises with the least percentage they have to give us. If I go in there as a supervisor, I remember going in there with an evaluation, and this person is he's solid.
Right.
So he checks or she checks all the marks. You walk in there, the plant manager, you have a conversation with him. He looks at it. You tell him all the things you're going to tell him to big the guy up. He goes, so what's he do wrong? So he doesn't do anything wrong. He handles his business. Now, come on now, supervisor. I know you're not telling me somebody out there walking on water. That was their favorite phrase. It's their favorite phrase. And I would always be the first to go, no, but he has resurrected a couple of motherfuckers out there.
Right.
Get that man his money.
Hey.
Get that man his money. He's part of the few Red Seas. Get that man his money. I don't have to ask this person to stay over if there's something wrong.
Right.
Just go do it.
Yeah.
No complaining, none of that. Just go do it. I don't have to worry about this person.
Yeah.
So give him his money. That measly ass 5%. Y'all be acting like y'all too tight to hold on to. Get that man his money. These work environments, B. That's what it is. It's about the work environment. If the managerial staff makes the work environment a pleasant place for people to be, more than likely the average employee will even feel a sense of ownership himself about certain things there. Like, you can't do that here. No, you can't do that here. So when the bad seeds do come in, they're the first ones to root them like, nah, yo, you're making it bad for everybody. You're going to make it bad for everybody. But if you constantly keep that adversarial relationship with the workers that are out there actually doing the labor and shit, expect a bunch of, man, fuck this place, to come out of their mouths, yo. Expect it. That's just the way it is. And a lot of them didn't get that. And I think a lot of the managers didn't get it because they didn't come in as workers. They came in as managers. Like, yo, they didn't get Calvin. When Calvin worked there, Coach Calvin was there, he started in they had a bakery. He started in a bakery baking shit, right? They basically left his ass alone. He had supervisors and all that, but they basically left his ass alone. He was there long enough, they turned him to a manager. He passed the Serve Safe exam and all that shit, and they made him a manager. But Calvin from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
He from the streets. So a lot of that corporate bullshit, blowing smoke up people's ass and not giving them, that's not what he wasn't from that. So if he was gonna fire a motherfucker, he was gonna fire him. He wasn't gonna play. He wasn't gonna do none of that. Him and the home, I'm gonna wait to the end of the day so I can get this last few out. No, you getting the fuck up out the door. I respected that. My issue though is they tried to make him the boogeyman. Before I even met him, they tried to make him the boogeyman.
Yeah.
With everybody else. Oh yeah, you don't want Calvin to catch you.
Yeah, because you should be doing the right thing.
right.
Facts, Cindy. Cindy said
Facts.
people aren't going to have pride in their job if the boss doesn't show appreciation and treat them like
It
humans.
is.
You get better production value from valued workers. That's how my boss has always been.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
For shit that somebody else messes up and I got to clean up, just as well as for shit that is 100% my job.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Simple.
Yo, that shit Ogma said. People say employees don't leave jobs; they leave supervisors that create toxic environments. I've seen many examples of this.
I would say it's both.
It's both, of course.
Yeah, bit of both.
It's a bit of both. But
Yeah.
I've seen it. Like, yo, and see, the thing is, this is one thing about hiring young people during the 80s. Especially this. When I was a young person doing it, hiring people in the 80s and the early 90s and shit, that's iffy as fuck. You know why? Because I say fuck you in a minute. I worked at, and the thing was, jobs like that were so prevalent, I would quit a job. You let the supervisor say something crazy to me on the floor, like he talking to me, not asking me to do something. That's different. That's a job. But talk crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
facts. Oh, you said the more corporate and the bigger the company, the more opportunities for toxic stuff.
Yeah, because that's a fact.
Because there's the oversight is different.
The intimacy is different too.
Yeah.
So literally somebody can come in. It reminds me of something I saw. A comment I saw here. Let's see. I forget which one said it, but it was something about Patriot. He said, did y'all hear about the U.S. Army captain who motorboated the female sergeant at her promotion ceremony? See, you should. Come on now. Come on. Really?
Yeah, I don't. Cindy said I had a boss that treated me like shit, and when I quit finally, he tried to offer me more money. I told him it was never about the money for me, but because it was for him, he'd never understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He was driven by the money.
Nigga, I would literally leave one job after cussing the boss out there, not use them as a motherfucking reference. Go right down the street.
It doesn't make sense to use them as a reference.
Nigga, look, since we on this job shit,
right?
I had a homeboy, my man Ked Drake. All of us worked at Sizzlers, the steakhouse. I don't even think Sizzler Steakhouse is still around anymore.
That's a thing.
It's still a thing?
It's a thing. It's not as big as it used to be, but
it's, yeah.
It exists.
So, keep the game. The reason I worked there is because I needed to get a job because I had to go to court. I fucked up. I was out there.
Shit.
I got jammed up. Right?
I fucked up. Like, we didn't realize we didn't understand that. By the context.
But listen, I needed to I couldn't be unemployed going into court. You know, when like, nah.
Hold up, what the fuck?
He
said one of my husband's coworkers stuck his finger in a female coworker's mouth one day. Fucker got fired, but got his job back.
That's the downside.
Wow.
Yo, first of all, he'd have had no finger. If that had been my sister,
nigga,
my wife, what? We'd have set it off. What?
Yo,
you crazy?
Don't put your hand in my face.
Don't touch
if
me.
If I don't know you, know you like that, don't put your hand in my face. Near my face.
Yeah. Not even near it, B.
Yeah, nah.
So my man Kedrick, we was all working there. And they got a new manager, dude named Clarence. Clarence did not like Kedrick at all. And was really looking for an excuse to get him the fuck up out of there. And when Kedrick gave him that excuse, he took it. Kedrick left. Kedrick went right up to Westview Mall when it wasn't a strip mall and it was an enclosed mall. He went right up to Westview Mall and got a job at the furniture store Caldors.
Yeah.
Or tried to get a job up there. His dumbass used Sizzlers as a reference.
No, bro, you don't do that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't behoove you.
Why would you do
Literally, you had a bad time there.
Right.
Why would they lie for you?
Yo, and here's the thing. There's a law. They're really not supposed to badmouth you.
Sure, but there's ways around that. Right.
But you really think that that's something that don't happen?
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact it happened because I heard it. See, when I was working there, I was working on the salad bar, right? Do the dish and the salad bar. The office is right there in the back. So when I'm at the prep table prepping the pineapples and the tomatoes and all that other shit, the office is right there. I hear Clarence in there going, "Read my lips. Kendrick Pincer is not a good worker. He is the worst thing you could do to your company."
God damn.
Bringing him, he talks shit. And yo, when I left, when I went home, I said, "Hey, yo, Kendrick, stop using Sizzlers for your reference because he's murdering you up there. He's getting you the fuck out of there." It was 3-0. 3-0, 3-0. No rebuttals. Yo, so foul, yo. And see,
that's disrespectful.
It is. It really is. See, I've never done that.
Because you went overboard.
He did, yo. What he was supposed to say to that man, old lady, whoever was that called up there, was, that he actually did work there, the dates that he actually worked there, how much he was getting paid. It's certain things they're allowed to say, but that shit right there was foul, yo. So foul. And I know how bad Kendrick wanted that Caldo's job, because the Caldo's job was pretty dope for back then. Like the hours, and also like you working in a fucking restaurant work is hard. Well, y'all gonna stop. Boy, especially back then. Y'all gonna stop acting like people that work in restaurants ain't busting their ass. Because there are certain jobs there where, they absolutely are. Especially when the truck comes in and you got to unload that. What? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But Caldors was different. Caldors was furniture. So basically the job he was trying to get was when the trucks come in with the furniture and stuff from the wholesale warehouse or whatever and shit, he basically unloaded. He unloads it. And when somebody buys some furniture, he's one of the ones that load it on there, whatever, right? It was a cool job, yo, because you wasn't working constantly. It was just when the trucks come in. So another time, and they wasn't bitching you. And they paid you a fairly decent salary for the 90s, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he wanted that shit bad, and he did not get it because of that motherfucking Clarence show. He did not get it because of Clarence show. And I know, I could tell just by the way Clarence, his whole demeanor was, he had some really fine parents.
Okay. All right. Stop it. Stop it right now. Not like that.
Look,
not
man,
like this.
Look, man. That shit was hilarious, yo. Yo, the things that happens at jobs, it's you understand. If you've been in the workforce for any number of years, you understand why they do a lot of sitcoms based around.
Yo. Well, the main reason is, God damn it, my autofocus is being dumb. The main reason is, there it goes. The main reason is something that you don't realize until until it hits you.
Mm-hmm.
You live with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Effectively,
that's a fact.
You spend more time. Most people will spend more time with their coworkers than they spend with their family.
That's a fact.
It's just how
and that
goes.
Sucks, by the way. Just so
Bruh,
it sucks.
It is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm in a really weird position,
mm-hmm.
so I don't spend time with any individual coworker longer than I would spend at home.
Right,
but that's because I move around.
Yeah.
But a side effect of that is, I know so many people's businesses. It ain't even like, I know where the bodies are buried. I know who's smashing who not supposed to be smashing who, but still smashing who. I know,
you know too much. Bro.
I know way too much. Like I've mentioned it to some of the rental agents. Like, because like they would be like hear something about something, they'd be like, "Oh, what's going on with this?" You know, I can't tell you that,
Right.
and you know why I can't tell you that,
Right.
because the reason that people trust me is because I know everybody's business.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. People
Yeah.
trust me to say these things to me because they know that I know everybody's business.
What's crazy about that? It puts you in a position simultaneously as a power broker,
Bruh.
but also potential is rife with potential danger.
Bruh.
it's
Your hips out my head. Listen, somebody accidentally find out about something that they're not supposed to know, even if it wasn't me.
Yeah,
they're gonna think it was me.
Of course they will. Of course they will.
Fuck around, walk through the office. All right, y'all, see y'all later. Pow! Smack the side of my head with a stapler or some dumb shit.
I know you told him. You right.
Right. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yo, he's yo.
No, real shit. That's happened to me before. Like somebody was like, "Oh, well, you know, I can't tell you, but something going on," and I'm like, "Oh, you mean such and such is doing such and such with such and such?"
Yeah, kind of figured.
How you know that? Come on now.
What's funny is, see, your company is relatively small. It's not dinky, but it's relatively small, right? When I worked at Phillips is a fairly large, company, right? At least, especially the warehouse where all the food comes in or whatever. But there were people there that absolutely knew everybody's business because I heard things about my activities. Women I was smashing at the time at on the job. Yeah. They knew. Yeah. From different shifts, people from different shifts knew. Like I befriended one of the receptionists, right? Because she had to move her schedule around. So she wound up kind of on our schedule, a little layover when we first come in for like an hour or two. And our supervisor, I was in the office, so she was there. So she was super cool. Super cool. Matter of fact, we still friends on social media now. Yeah. And we was in there talking. We got real cool. We was in there talking one day. And she asked me, "So, you still saying such and such?" I went, "Wow. You know about that? How you know about that?" Right. She said, "I ain't nothing right here. No. You was on morning shift." My nigga.
She got her own personal deep throat.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Look, listen. I'm leaving that alone. Yo, there was 3 shifts there. We were on the last. How the fuck do you know this shit?
Yo, you know what's funny about that? I like the closer of the people that I have at work, my people that I would somewhat at least consider friends and whatnot. I troll the fuck out of them as far as how much I know. Yo, it was one particular time. So my one coworker at downtown, the one that goes on the trips with us and shit. I'm downtown all day on Wednesdays. So this one particular Wednesday, we eat lunch together, and she always calls because again, phone me. I don't. Yeah. Right. So she always calls if we happen to go somewhere to grab lunch. So it's one place, David and Dez. We go there the most because it's like right around the corner, good food, all that other shit. So she calls and puts the lunch order in. She asks me what I want. She calls. Before she got off the phone, she asked me about my drink preference. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Right. Because I usually walk to go get the food. Right. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So when time came to get the food, I went to go get the food. Right. It happened to be super crowded. So I'm up, I called, and they were running behind because I guess they were showing precedent to the people that were in the actual building versus orders that were called in or online or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I get up to the front, talking to the lady. Our order ain't ready yet. All right, cool. So I'm sitting there watching all the other people do their thing. And then I see my coworker come in. Now, I can, because it's open, so you can see in the back. So I see what appears like it could be our food.
Right.
I'm at the register over here. She's at the register on the other side. I see the dude pack our food, start to turn towards me,
right,
stop, and walk the other way. And then I see her leave out with the food. I'm like, all right, cool. So I stayed there for a second to allow her to get back, and then I went back to the building. So she said something. She said, "Oh yeah, I was just about to call you." I said, "There's no need. I knew you were back." She's like, "How did you know I was back?" I'm like, "I know everything." I said, she went to start taking the food out the bag. I said, "One of those honey mustards is probably spilled."
Yo, you suck.
I said, "One of those honey mustards is probably like all over the place." Sure enough, she.
Yo, you
How did you know that?
Did the what if music start playing? You want to.
So eventually, after fucking with her for a little bit, I told her, like, yeah, I was up there. I saw the dude when he started to pack our shit. He dropped one of the honey mustards, and then he picked it up and just put it. He never looked at it. So I'm assuming, just because from how far it was, right, I'm assuming that it got fucked up.
Yeah,
it wasn't like packaged. It was like in one of those like plastic ramekins with a plastic top.
Right.
So I'm assuming, I didn't see it, but I saw him drop it. I'm assuming it's busted in some way, shape, or form. So it's gonna be all over. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. No, I was there. You just never saw me because you didn't come to the other side of the building. Like I was literally in there, just watching. I observed things. I mean, you know, bro, I was right. It was our food. It just happened to go to the other side of the room. I don't even. The thing that I'm puzzled about, that I'm not sure, is that's funny. The thing that I'm not sure about is what made him go to the other side. Because almost every order that was coming up, no, before that since I had been paying attention to him, every order that was coming up, he brought it to my side. So I have no idea what made him take this particular order
right
to the other side.
Right.
That's the only thing I can't figure out. But everything else, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no, I was in there. I saw you the whole time. You had no. If it was a snake, it
would.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy about the whole watching thing is that I feel like more people should do it.
Bro,
yo, one of the reasons we have some of the misunderstandings and clashes, personality clashes and conflicts, is because people are so caught up on their own bullshit.
They don't observe other
people and their behavior, the stuff that they liable to do. Like they don't do that. So what happens is, because you are completely oblivious to the other person's personality quirks and shit like that, y'all eventually going to clash on some shit.
Bro,
when something that's gonna rub the other one somewhat the wrong way.
I get really upset when I tell somebody, like, this isn't how people act, and they respond like, yes, it is, or you don't know that, or something like that. Like, no, objectively, I'd be fine with someone saying that to me. But I know you. I know you're not as observant as I am. Even if I'm wrong.
When Thanos was like, she was like, when Gamora said, you don't know that. It's like, I'm the only one that knows that. Then he's back.
Like, come on board. What up? It's like, yo, you could be walking down the street and not realize that, like, a car accident just happened if it wasn't loud enough. Not me. You think that of me? I am the watch. Hey.
So
I am the one who watches.
No, but it was a time when I wasn't as observant to people either. Like I remember many a times Marlon putting me down to things. I was literally right there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? When did this happened? You ain't peeped it, but
right.
It was really my experiences with him and with my man Dennis that taught me that B, you need to, because certain bullshit, I won't go into detail, that me and Dennis was involved with.
Well,
that literally is the difference between you getting away from either the police
right
or niggas
or
trying
whoever
to do something to you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally, you have to watch, you have to observe. And I put my man Toyo onto that because he was another one that was oblivious. He's a mama's boy. And Miss Catherine definitely sheltered him and his sister, right? And because of that, and the neighborhood did, because they came from one of the last neighborhoods in that area where if you go through there doing anything, about 10 motherfuckers saw you in the window. That's one of them neighborhoods. Because when I first went around Gwynn Avenue, I was hanging out with Marlon and hanging out with Toyo. Well, first it was with Toyo. Go around there. That's my first day. The next day, when I came back around there, everybody around there knew my name and knew where I lived, because that was the last of one of those type of block show where they was not playing with your ass. You wasn't coming through there doing no shit to none of them kids or none of that shit in there. Them parents was in the windows and they was looking.
Facts.
So Toyo came from that block, so he was protected by that block. When he got out of that block, came over there in the 600, 700, 800 block of Denison, over there on the other side of the avenue. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. You hanging up there on Edgewood, you hanging up there on Mount Holly. B, there's nobody here to protect you. But he still was in the mindset. Somebody, I had to like, no, nigga. Like, yo, watch who you talking to. When you sitting there talking to somebody else, look around. Because motherfuckers not moving from their position to do. That's how the village was back then. People that grew up with each other, they knew each other's parents, would rob each other. Would rob each other, yo. Like, that's how it was, man. Like, and you had to be on point. You had to be on point, because niggas back then was quick to blame dudes from outside of the neighborhood for shit they was doing to other people in the neighborhood, especially on the stick-up tip. Like, for the longest time, we thought that the stick-up boys was some dudes that lived either in Poplar Grove or came from over on the east side or some shit. Nope. They was homegrown. Homegrown. Right from around the block. We found out about this shit. Oh, nope. Stick-up boys ain't from no place else but here. Right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it took for somebody to die before that was discovered. And when killed boy across you from my house, boy out there, he was a drug dealer. But this is a hint for some of you folks out there that don't know. All drug dealers are not these super hideous people. Some of them are doing it because they feel like this is all they got. They're not out there doing some of the other more violent things. They literally out there just selling to get their money. That was dude. And the dudes ran up on him. And it just, because of where he lived, this is the other thing too. Just because somebody got a gun on them don't mean they out there to hurt anybody. A lot of times they're out there to protect themselves. He made a wrong move. He tried to go for it while they had him dead to rights. So they killed him. Same thing happened to my cousin. Don Ye. Same thing. They in the back alley. Niggas told them, yo, don't be back there because can't nobody see you.
Right.
And you know these stick-up boys is around here. But him and the other dude that he was with, they like being back there because when the police would ride up on Leonard Street, they couldn't see him.
Right.
Stick-up boys came around the back, whipped out on him. The other dude Danye was with ran. You never run. You're going to get your man killed. Danye tries to run. And according to the forensics, they say he apparently was trying to pull what he had out while he was running. But the dude already had the device. Bah!
Right.
He shot. He lay out in that alley for like 2 hours. Before any ambulance came around, before the police. Here's the thing that's crazy. At the end of that alley, the far end of that alley that lead out to, I think that's Harlem Avenue, before you get to that other part of Edgewood, there's a police car right there. It was always there because the mayor at the time, Mayor Schaefer, when he was still alive, he owned one of those houses. So it was always a cop car right there, going to that house. Danye dies out there in that alley. Well, he's near death. By the time the ambulance come and get him, take him to the hospital, he ain't make it because that cop cannot move. And he did not really call anybody for a long ass time. Stay out them alleys and watch your surroundings. Yo, watch your surroundings.
I got into not really got into, but there was a little back and forth with one of my homegirls the other day because I was we were at Fed Hill and the motorcycle boys was out, and you know me.
You damn right. You damn right. You damn right.
All right. And she like, is everything okay? I'm like, calm down. Calm
I'll let you know.
Yeah, right.
You obviously ain't paying attention.
Yeah, like I am just surveying the area. That's it. You ain't gotta. I haven't made a move.
If I ain't moving, you all right.
Yeah, I haven't said a thing.
Right.
I'm just looking.
Right.
I'm still paying attention to you.
But I'm also observing.
Right.
It's on the swivel. Listen.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Newark, Detroit. Listen.
Chicago.
Listen. Keep your head on the swivel. I'm trying to tell you.
Funny thing is, most people aren't as observant as we are. I remember a while ago when I met somebody who was my match in that shit. It was this girl we used to go to church with. It was her boyfriend or fiance. Well, they're married now, but it was it was him. And I don't know. I think he worked for like one of them 3-letter organizations. So I can understand why he was. Yeah, I can understand why he was so on top, like legitimately. Like I would, when I first, it was kind of like that scene in No Way Home when, can I say at this point, right? We can. It's not really a spoiler at this point, right?
No.
Yeah, if you haven't seen No Way Home by now,
you wasn't trying to see it.
Okay, all right. So it was kind of like that scene in No Way Home when Toby comes through the portal and they kind of look at each other.
Yeah.
And they immediately I was like, let me test this nigga. Cause I feel like he is.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Right.
I will never forget. Well, I forgot the first thing that happened, but this one I will never forget because the first time it could just be a fluke. So the second time we were at an Orioles game. We were at funny you say camera. We were at an Orioles game, and he was several rows above me and to my left. So what I did, and this is crazy awareness. Like, what I did was I took my phone, went to the camera, put it on me, and then moved it so that the camera so that he was in the camera.
Right.
By the time I took the picture, he was posing for the picture. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave you alone. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone. There's no reason for me to even. Yeah, you're clearly one of us. I don't have to. When I say he was like 6 rows above me, there's no way that he.
Yeah,
no, but he saw, and he was posing for the picture.
Right.
I'm like, yo, all right, okay, all right, my bad. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't believe you.
Right.
It was my fault. It was my fault. I was bugging.
That's crazy, bro.
But I mean,
you gotta listen. You gotta listen. Sometimes you gotta test them waters.
I had to make sure. But we need more people to be more observant. I feel like if more people were more observant, more people would probably be more self-aware.
Yep.
Because if you notice that people do a thing, it's possible you might realize that you're people.
Facts.
And be like, okay, all right, a bunch of people do this. Do I do this?
But I've noticed a lot of people don't. Like they don't. Especially people who, if you ain't either been through some stuff or been witness to some things, right? Because you don't necessarily have to have had the personal experience of you being the target.
Yeah.
But if you see stuff, man, yo, I done seen things. Like I've seen things. I participated in things that let me know you cannot be walking around this motherfucker. Like, and to be clear, it took me a while. When I told you before, when I moved up to Laurel, that's when I first got out of Baltimore to live someplace else outside of Baltimore. And this area was completely diametrically different than what Baltimore was. But I still had the instincts and the behavior patterns of somebody that was still living there. So everything from not wanting my son to keep his bike outside for fear somebody would steal it. When I finally got around to just walking around the neighborhood to see what, learn where everything was at, people actually jogged around there. But where we from, if a motherfucker running, you need to be looking around. You need to be running. Because do I need to be running too? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I had to get used to that. I'm going to tell you something else I had to get used to. We went a few years ago, more than a few years ago. I want to say it was 1999. Me and my brother, me and my brother spent a week down in Georgia. Just getting on a bus and hearing people say good morning.
Yeah.
That's aliens. Nobody do that in Baltimore. You get on the bus, motherfuckers ain't saying good morning to your ass.
Nah.
Don't know
like
you.
You no more.
Don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Palm, the point, you just made the point. One person.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure, it's more than one, but it ain't much more than one.
It ain't, nah. Listen. I remember one guy used to run two guys. Now, peep the reasons they would run. So the one guy was hustling. He was also trying to stay in shape just so he can run from them boys. So he would run. He would get his cardio in. And then the other guy would run because he had bullets on his back. For those that's not familiar with that expression, people was out trying to kill him, right? So everywhere he went, he was running.
And then the other guy was going up. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
I wasn't where you were going.
Speaking of weird shit that has to do with exercise, there was these two twin older white men. Tall as fuck. Like Mike height. Maybe probably taller. They were twins. And they had these long ass ZZ top beards and shit.
Oh.
They used to walk through the hood all the time.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Bro, it bothers everybody. My brother Marlon.
What's going on?
That's why nobody fucked with him either. When me, my brother Marlon, and my brother Lance, we used to take them long ass jaunts up to Catonsville, right? All the way out Catonsville. We've seen them out there walking. And we've seen them right before you get to the bridge, the Poplar Grove Bridge, to get across Poplar Grove. We've seen them walking across that bridge. Nobody ever fucked with them. Ever. The Doobie Brothers say, yo, they weren't going to. And they weren't going to. And it was, they were very disturbing. And I think one of them must have passed away because after a while, you would only see the one coming through by itself. Walking through, going down, coming back. We don't know where their origins were. Like, where did y'all start? Like, we had no idea. All we knew is these guys will come walking down Emerson Avenue. And you know how certain parts of Emerson Avenue was like the bar corners. All right. All right. The Northmen. They these dudes were, I think that was Gandalf and his brother. Like, come on. Nobody was fucking with them, yo. These the mean, dirty Emerson Village streets with abandoned. We don't care.
Nah, I don't.
We go where we want.
Y'all good. Yeah, y'all good. Y'all got it.
And they stuck out so much like a sore thumb. I think that shit was intimidating, yo. Well, they were quiet. They ain't say nothing. They just look straight ahead and walking.
Yeah,
long overcoats.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, listen.
Trench coat mafia out this bitch? Nah, B.
Nah, hell no.
I'm not involved. Ain't nobody said I was there.
Facts. All the facts. So I'm looking at my taskbar. That song bitch is reading 90 degrees.
Yo, it's hot as fuck. Yo, it is very hot. Like when I went outside, I went outside earlier and it was like I threw on sweatpants, hoodie.
Right.
Nah, that wasn't the move. But I had already started. Yeah,
I just caught Cindy.
Yo, I was going to ask. No. I was going to cut you off and ask you this. Why do we do that?
I don't know
why do we do two twins? Like,
I'm just caught.
It's a real thing. Like, why do we do that?
I don't know why we do that, yo. I don't know why we express it that way.
Yeah, yo, like, no, it's a pair of twins or a set of twins.
Yo, Napalm just said he just came from cutting.
No, the fuck you didn't.
I don't believe him at all.
No, you didn't.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
It's too hot for that.
I don't believe him.
It's too hot for that currently. Nah, B.
And it's not even just that.
Don't lie to me.
It's not even that, yo. That's a lazy.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not getting into slanderous conversation.
And anyway, they said that he was sequestered away, because he's outbreak monkey. That's that monkeypox shit.
Yeah, it was him.
Cindy say heat index on Wednesday and Thursday was 102 degrees in Florida.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
That's completely disrespectful. I don't want no parts of that. Like I'm good on it being cold, but I'm also good on it being that hot.
Right.
You can miss me all the way.
Listen. I'll take the heat over the cold for one reason and only one reason. Well, it's a couple of reasons, but we're talking extremes on either side. They're both uncomfortable, right?
Sure.
At least when it's warm out, outside, There's some bloomage going on. I can look out the window. I'm staying house under this AC, but I look out, it look nice outside. When it's super freezing cold, these sticks we call trees here in Maryland, they look absolutely hideous. And you know who put me on to that? Like, he put it in the front of my mind? Shafril.
Mm-hmm.
One time, man, Shafril was out. He was like, yo, I love the East Coast during the spring and the fall and all of that. The trees look amazing. It's got that puffiness. It looks amazing. But after them seasons are over, it looks horrible out here. And he wasn't wrong. And when he said it, we was down at Paint Branch, all the fucking tree, and it was winter. And I'm looking up going, yeah, this shit look horrible.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different thing. It's like it's day and night. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't really want no parts of it. McKenna says, same here right now. It's 97 degrees, so guess where I am. If you guessed outside, you're correct. Yeah, nah, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just not.
McKenna near a beach. You're not telling me she's near a beach.
I'm still just not. Yeah, even if beach was present, I wouldn't be.
Yes, you would, because when you by the water, it's not as we did this before.
I'm still
not going.
Not on the beach.
Monsters before.
Not on the beach. See, here's the thing.
Beach is different.
So here's what happens with the beach.
The beach is different.
Yes, the water may cool things down.
Shade.
But the sand, right? But the sand heats things up. So, nah. And I don't like being in beach water. So I would be on the beach roasting.
Yeah, you would. I don't like beach water either.
And going to the water would not solve my problem because I don't like it.
Right. I feel you. I'm kind of the same way with that.
Yeah. Nah,
everything looks great, but I don't nah.
Somebody got punched in the face and it's not gonna be me. Not out of heat.
Listen, all I'm saying is we finessed the fuck out of the heat that day in Annapolis show. Yo, it was the hottest day on record. It was the hottest day on record.
Yo, it was the hottest day since we started making hot days.
Facts. We got out there to Annapolis Bridge. It was cool as shit. Oh, McKenna says she's on a porch a few miles away from the actual beach.
That no, I can't do it.
She in the shade though. She on the beach. She on
yeah, still. She just said it was 94 in the shade. I'm still. Yeah, I'm not. Melt your flip flop weather. What the fuck is going on?
That's crazy, yo.
I'm not. See, I don't want parts of none of this shit that y'all talking about.
That's crazy.
None of it. I'm not involved. Don't add me. No, I don't want to be there. I don't want to hear. I don't really want to hear about it for real. Like, as long as y'all survived, I'm happy.
Damn,
like,
damn it.
Not
she
me.
said indoor humidity is 66% right now. Where y'all AC at? Do something.
Did you just say do something?
Yeah. Yeah,
because that's the solution.
I'm just saying it's better than do nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I can't deal with you.
Look, bro. I'm just saying. And the thing about that, right, when I was younger, the heat would give me nosebleeds. They don't do that shit no more. I don't do that shit no more. It's just that I don't like being super uncomfortable. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, don't get me wrong. If there's a breeze going and it's over 90, I've been known to sit out in that backyard. As a matter of fact, I know last year I was trying to acclimate myself to that.
Didn't work.
It did and it didn't. Like, I wasn't running the house going, oh, fuck this. But I was still uncomfortable. I was still uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
McKenna's how AC is on almost all day, every day. Well, yeah, I guess I can see that.
I get it. Yeah. I ain't even mad at you. Like, I don't have central in here, so my AC is on. It's just not in this
Yo,
room.
that's one of them. You can see one of them older buildings, yo. It has to be one of them older buildings, yo. Because Upland.
The funny thing is, they could potentially do it. But
mind your business, Napalm.
That's funny. It's really funny because I actually have a potassium deficiency.
So do I.
Well, but you have it because of
Shoosh.
Okay. So the apartment across the hall from me
that has central.
Has central because it's a what is it fucking called? A split AC. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's possible for them to do.
Right.
What happened is with my company. God, I love my company. Was that convincing?
No, not in the least bit.
Anyway, they don't upgrade shit unless shit goes to shit.
Yeah, that's not really
like
policy at
they
all.
upgrade the units. For instance, this unit, the one I'm talking about that has central in it, caught fire. So when they restored it,
something that's supposed to keep you cool should not be catching.
No, that is why it has the central system. Because it caught fire, and when they fixed it, they upgraded it.
Right.
So, and here's the thing: I don't know if they upgrade the units because they fucked up, or they upgrade the units because they fucked up and they can't find the shit that they need to keep it the old way.
That I wouldn't doubt.
So
I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah. So like I've been jealous. Like I've considered the only issue is that unit is a 1-bedroom.
You don't want that.
So there's nothing I can do with that.
You don't want that because you need a studio space.
Yeah.
So
I'm used to having the extra bedroom for the studio.
You don't want to do that.
So it's nothing I can do with that. But like I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, I'm not even gonna make that joke. It's not even worth making that joke. But I'm gonna inquire. I've been here for 7 years. I'm gonna inquire. Like, hey, listen, is there anything y'all can do about some central air? Like, I'll pay the extra. Rent.
If they haven't done it by now, it must be a pain.
No. Again, they don't upgrade shit on their own. They left to their own devices. They won't. Every unit in this motherfucking company would be from the 1950s.
Y'all would all have fans in the window.
Bruh, left to their own devices. That's exactly what we're having. Have you tried to move the AC unit around? So like, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck no. See, here's the thing. When my ex was still here, we had another AC because this was the baby's room. Mm-hmm. So can't have a baby in a room with no fucking AC.
Nah, you going to jail, B?
Yeah, exactly.
You going to jail?
So we had another AC. When she moved, I let her take that because she still had the baby.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have an AC in this room.
Oh, and ACs cost a little bit of a grip, but they got smaller. The smaller ones don't last no time though.
Nah, I don't.
And from what I've seen of them, they don't do well with the extreme heats. Like your room will still be a little bit trash.
So the one I got in my room is good. I've been thinking about buying one. Like every time that it gets hot, I think about buying it, and then I don't do it, and then
because you don't want to spend the money.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But I don't know. It's May, and
that actually makes it worse, McKenna. Being very overcast right now in that temperature.
But yeah, it's
trapping that heat in there.
It's fucking greenhouse.
Yeah.
So it's May right now, and this hot. I ain't gonna hold you. I might not make it. I might have to. Yeah, I might just have to go ahead and get this AC.
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, that is a concern. It's May, but it's also like 9 days 10 days.
No, I don't care.
Before
I don't
January.
care.
So
I'm anticipating heat. And
you want heat? You gonna get some heat?
See, nah, B. I'm not looking forward.
Yeah, because the thing is, you got your computer and shit all up in that room now, B.
I'm not as worried about the computer, because it has the liquid cooling and all that other shit. But I'm concerned about me being in here working on the computer.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing. Like you listen. You spend the vast majority of your time in the house in that room.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be comfortable if it's 94 degrees outside.
Nigga.
Fuck out of here. Like,
I remember when I used to, like, before, like, other summers, I would usually like if we had somebody else on.
Which summers? Scott,
the crew summers.
Oh, oh, I remember those.
If we had somebody else on or whatever, I would like dip off. I would dip off for a couple seconds to go show. I would dip off for a couple seconds to go in the room where the AC is and just sit there for like, okay. All right.
Oh, I remember, yo, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
All right, cool. All right, I'm back. Like, yeah,
put me back in, coach.
Yeah, it's May 21st or some shit like that. I don't think I'm gonna make it through this season.
Yo, real talk. I grew up in that extreme heat because my mom had 2 boys and 1 girl. Of course, the girl could not be in a room without AC.
Right.
Therefore, and my mom didn't even have to pay for it. My grandmother paid for it. But the 2 boys, they boys.
Yeah,
they can sweat it out.
Yeah.
So I've been there trying to sleep in that shit. I've been there. Like,
no, I don't play with the whole sleep thing. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Yeah, so that's why the AC is permanently in the room.
And as an adult now, no, I can't do it, yo. Like when I was a kid, I got acclimated to it, so fuck it. But as an adult, if that room is too warm, it's not happening. It's not happening. McKenna said if you spend a lot of time in one room at a time, it might be worth it to try getting just a room-sized tower AC. Put it in the bedroom where you sleep, or when you're working, put it in that room.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with the window unit because
you're gonna be.
I've had
condensation all over the ground out there on the other side. I think we drew. I remember my sisters. My sister had AC, and my mama and my dad had AC. Me and Lance, nah, niggas, nah, nigga, nah. Go outside. Put that fan in that window. They are way cheaper.
I'm gonna look into it. And
the electricity is the other thing too. Do you pay utilities there? Because
yeah, I'm not worried about the electricity. Okay. The electricity is relatively cheap. I don't pay gas, so. Oh my God, Cindy!
He's not lying at
all. Whenever it thunderstorms and the power goes out, I can't. I already can't sleep when the power goes out because I need.
You need that hum.
There's an audible hum.
That ambient. It's an ambient.
It's inaudible during the day when things are happening,
but at night,
but
it's still when
when the power goes out, you notice that it's not happening.
That's a fact.
I can't sleep in that.
That's a fact.
It doesn't work for me. But add heat on top of that. Oh fuck that. No, there's no way. I'm not going to be like. I need to find somebody. I need to go for a ride. I need to something.
Yeah. No, you need to go to Baskin Robbins. You go to Baskin Robbins, get some ice cream and shit.
So. Yeah, but if it's night time,
they ain't got no 24-hour Baskin Robbins around there.
I'm fairly certain.
That sucks.
That's not a thing.
Well, it's Baltimore, so
yeah,
you're not doing that.
First of all, there aren't many Baskin Robbins around here at all.
Well, yeah,
I can't. From off the top of my head, I can't.
So there's one. There was one that I remember. Oh no, never mind. That wasn't in Baltimore. It wasn't in Baltimore. That was in Laurel. And when my daughter's mother, she went to Bowie State College, right? She lived out there in that area, New Carrollton, that area, somewhere out there. And I used to go up there and visit her. There was a 24-hour.
Where the Baskin Robbins is at? Because I don't, off the top of my head, I can't even think of one.
That's true too, Cindy. Said if they don't have power either, that is an option.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's going to take some driving to get out of the area where the power ain't happening.
Right.
And if you make it,
yo, they robbed like my daughter's mother. She worked at that Baskin Robbins, right? She was in there when they robbed the place.
Yikes!
And I was like, you gotta quit.
Yeah,
you gotta quit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck that.
Damn,
This is our boy.
I don't even know off the top of his head.
That's crazy. It's not one out Catonsville.
Possibly.
Because Palm, he's right at that borderline, you know, of Catonsville.
There might be one out there, but
in the city, probably not.
Niggas don't search out Baskin and Robbins.
Yeah,
it's a lot of it's a couple Sweet Frogs and I forget what the other one is.
It's also
yoga places.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh yes, I know where one is. Where? But it's by my mother's by security.
What the fuck? That's still Baltimore.
No, it's the county. It's not.
Yeah.
Ain't no Cold Stone close either. It's one at security.
Facts, Cindy, we got one not far from us. Facts. Cold Stone is, man, please. We got a Rita's down the street.
We used to have one right down the street. It's gone. I guess they wasn't getting the joint. Yeah, it's Cold Stone at security. The Rita's that was by me, I guess, wasn't getting enough people coming to it.
Probably. And, nigga, it's when the season is right, it's lines at that Rita down that street. Matter of fact, we've been past there before. When we went down didn't we go down Paint Branch before?
Yep.
Soon we bent that little corner, it's right there. It's right there on that corner. And typically if I'm taking a walk and I go down there and it's the right time of year, oh yeah.
Go get it, Paul.
Yeah, what you waiting for?
Yeah, just go.
So grab it. We used to have a marble slab ice cream. Yo, you know what? What was the name of that place we were supposed to go, yo?
Fuck. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, we were supposed to go.
We were supposed to take that little.
It was a little scary though, because
yeah, buddy.
It wasn't.
It
might not have been, Paul.
Nigga, let me tell you something.
Listen. You see that? You see this? See this? I can guarantee you.
We've been the only one. This Western Maryland, B.
Yeah, Western
Maryland. Yo. No. But we was going to do it for content, right? I was going to be a pilot episode for a little local travel thing. Where we go to these places and talk about the food there or whatever it is. And that was the plan. We had the whole all mapped out, but the pandemic, the COVID thing came and shut all that shit down. That was what we a pilot for a show we was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know if we might not have made it.
We was ready. Look, it was me, you, and Keith. He was all right. He was all right. Somebody gonna get poked.
I got faith. I ain't say it wouldn't be no other casualties.
Yeah,
but
we'd have been surrounded.
Yeah,
Western Maryland. For those who don't know, it's the land that time forgot in a lot of them places up there.
Mountains.
Yeah. Is it COVID?
Mountains and all that.
Like, time forgot.
Yo, when we went to Deep Creek, anywhere we went, it was like, oh yeah, okay, yep, all right. You don't have to keep reminding me everywhere that I go that I'm okay. All right, cool.
Yo, I have a friend of mine that's a YouTuber, and I follow his channel. He follow my channel. He does really, really cool videos, right? he lives out there, but I didn't know it. And he says, I said one day, I said, yo, we gotta hook up and do some content or whatever. He was like, if I do, I'm at to come to where you at. You don't want to come up here. I said, we talking about? He said, man, if you could see what's in the yards around my house, bro. Confederate flag, there's that. Like it's. He said it's. He's like he doesn't get along. He literally does, and this thing's crazy. Especially at that time, he was doing content to combat that shit.
Right.
So he's definitely surrounded, as a white guy, he's surrounded by people who would absolutely do him in if they thought they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't think the way they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not.
Yo, it might as well be one.
It might as well be one. Yeah.
Here's the thing. We went to the liquor store. It was nighttime. We got lucky because the bar that we went to happened to be people who were actually from here.
Mm-hmm.
And Fab had on, I think, an Ed Reed jersey. So they saw that. It was like, oh, you guys from Baltimore? You guys from Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, we sure are.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're from Towson. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, some banjos in the back.
No, we didn't. No, they ended up being cool. But I think it was because of the hometown connection.
That's it.
I think that saved us a little bit.
That's it.
Saved us a little bit.
That's it.
But outside of that, yeah, everywhere we went, it was just like, okay, all right.
It's one of them things that people. I think a lot of times because there are these huge chunks of population on either coast, in a lot of these big cities, people think the rest of the country. Still some places you can go. And this was some years ago, but even back in 1999, we went down to Eatonton, Georgia, and stayed down there for a while. That was a land of time forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember going into the Piggly Wigglies down there.
Wow.
And
sorry, what?
It's called the Piggly Wigglies, man.
Why?
I don't know. I still can't figure it out.
What is it that they do?
It's like a 7-Eleven. Yeah, they call it Piggly Wigglies.
Nah, I'm still. I still need more information.
It's like a little small supermarket. Type thing. And the line, they had a long line. There was a bunch of black people in line. And then me and my brother got in line. And when by the time my brother got up to the I'm behind him. By the time he got up to the line, group of white dudes came into the Piggly Wigglies and tried to cut in front of my brother. And I wilded them the fuck out. And all the other black people that were standing there said nothing. And me and my brother was hot. And then it was explained to us by somebody else, by a dude from New York that was down there with us. He was like, yo, peep the game, B. They got to live here.
Yeah.
They got to live here. That shit you did, they can't do that.
Right.
They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I wowed them out like it was like we was
right.
I know you see my brother sitting there, you bitch it. I'm doing the most. This is 1999, B. I'm in a whole different holding my what? Dude from New York was like, nah, yo, listen. Because I was mad at him. I was like, yo, and all these black people sat here and watch these people coming in and cutting line up. It's like, yo, they gotta live here, B.
There's a reason.
There's a reason for that. They gotta live here. Their kids gotta go to school here and walk them down the streets and do all that other shit. Yeah, you gonna be taking your ass back to Baltimore in a week. You know what I'm saying? You take your ass back to Baltimore. They gotta stay down here and deal with that shit.
Yeah. It's real shit. You don't want to be the reason why your kids clapped at school.
Yeah, yo. Nah, man. So, I fell back like really hard with that shit. I just like, all right. because
Yeah,
it ain't up to
it's a bitter
me.
pill to swallow.
Yeah, yo, that shit ain't up to me to go down there and make life hard for them, and then I leave. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. That's not happening.
But see, y'all keep telling me that they exist and that there's a market. I want to know why the fuck it's called that.
I think
really
that's the owner's name. That's their given name.
get the fuck out of here. I need to know. I need. No, I got you.
Oh shit!
That's what I need. I need to know why. Why? There we go. One story says that while riding a train, he looked out of his window and saw several little pigs struggling to get under a fence, which prompted him to think of the rhyme. What?
Wow. And that. So Napalm, I did not hear about this, but this is one case out of quite a few that's happened over the last few years, where, like the one that happened at McDonald's, I think, and the white guy grabbed the sister from over the counter, and something wrong with him anyway. He was
oh yeah, I saw that.
He was gone. That. And he was like 3 times her size. And
he was the big nigga.
She was throwing hands.
Oh, she was wailing on him.
She was wailing on him. And the brother was right there. It was a brother right there behind her. He did nothing until somebody came from behind the back. And then when they came from behind the back, they was grabbing her. Like, no, nigga, you supposed to have been teeing off on him. She up there fighting for her fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And y'all grabbing her. Like,
no, not restrict her.
No. I mean, she was throwing them hands too, boy. She was coming like, wow. I was like, yeah. But I was so mad and so disappointed. Them niggas just sit there and just, you don't know what to do. Are we that broken? Seriously.
Yeah. Yes.
That shit crazy, man.
No, yes, absolutely. That's the answer.
Yes. For real, Palm, I don't even want to see that. That shit gonna piss me off today.
Yeah.
That shit gonna have me in my feelings today, yo. That shit gonna have me in my feelings today. The motherfucker gonna sit there and what?
Nah, B. That's not cool.
You don't, yo, if you see, come on, man. Really?
Nah,
there's a bunch of y'all niggas standing around there watching that shit. Like, yo, listen. There have been cases where somebody attempted to intervene on behalf of the woman in certain situations when it's a relationship thing, right? And the woman winds up turning on the guy that's trying to help.
Right.
You know, that's happened, right? Or when the police come, they both press charges together on the guy. That's happened. Right. But what I'm saying is, when you see something so obvious, and it's a group of y'all, it's not even you by yourself, B. It's a group of y'all standing there. Fuck is you scared to do? That shit crazy.
What? Yeah, I'm not.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
That's a terrible way to end the show.
It is. So let's give him something. Let's give him something good at the end. That's horrible. We gotta give him something good at the end. Seriously. Everybody go get ice cream. Everybody go get ice cream.
Go find your local Baskin Robbins or Cold Stone or Sweet Frog or something.
Go to the corner store. They got the little.
They still got a Friendlies. Go to Friendlies. Go to Friendlies and then get you a nice dinner. And then lunch at this point. It starts at 3.
Okay,
but that's not helping. That's
helping them. Yeah, ice cream though. Ice cream helps everything.
Ice cream. That's the thing.
Ice cream helps everything.
I want some ice cream.
Oh, here we go.
Hey! Yeah!
McKenna saved the day. She saved the day with that one. That's good to hear. Love to hear that.
Cancer free recently. Absolutely.
Love to hear that. That's how we end that.
Absolutely.
So we want to thank all of you and shouts out to the patient that was cancer free. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you guys for once again joining us on this crazy ass Saturday. Want to shout out my man Addy.
It's really
busting his ass. Yeah,
I'm
it is.
sorry. It's just
No, it is though. It is though. I won't be going down the paint branch today. No.
no, yo, I don't blame you.
I'm not doing that today. But yeah, like shout out to you guys for once again joining us on another crazy Saturday morning cartoons. On this hot ass Saturday, right? This hot ass Saturday. Please do not forget to check out my man Jaded Nerd's channel. There's a Celebrity Gossip Beat. Also, do not forget to check out Metas and Mutants. Actually, we got to record.
You bugging. We got to do the thing.
Yeah. I just had too much to do.
I understand.
Plus we gotta coordinate it with Cyrus and all that shit too. So be on the lookout for that. Also, the Kickstarter will be starting soon, and when it does, that's when Seth will release that interview that me and Graydon did. Make sure to keep you guys abreast of all of that stuff. If you see any of the links that we share about the Kickstarter, share them at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Get that out there. Don't forget Deeper Dive.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, SBJ drops another episode of Deeper Dive. You know what I mean? This is really good stuff. It is. I gotta say. You know, I don't ever want to give him his flowers, but I gotta give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? This is good shit. Like, that's good content.
Yeah, if y'all not subscribed to the Multiword channel, y'all should be subscribed to the Multiword channel.
Please do
as well. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I like chicken. Actually, I do have chicken. I'm about to eat some chicken tacos.
Yo, I'm about to go just get some too. You crazy? It ain't tacos, it's chicken, but still chicken is chicken.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm about to do that.
So, but yeah, Deeper Dive. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Multiworld Entertainment channel.
Absolutely,
because that's what we are at the end of the day.
Yeah,
we are Multiworld.
We are Multiworld.
Yeah,
and I'm in development for a show for the channel too. Yeah, I've been kind of hush on it. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater World Entertainment family, please avoid napalm if you don't want to get monkeypox. And we are out of here.
Peace.